Hey guys, what's up, and welcome back to Quality Shot Tennis. Today we've got the men's quarterfinal between Alexander Zverev and Carlos Alcaraz. What's up? I'm always excited to call an Alcaraz match. We just had one of my favorite matches of the event, which was in a 5-setter between Hurkacz and Medvedev, which was a really fantastic match. We hope that we get a really good one here as well. We have Sinner through. We have Djokovic through. We have Medvedev through. We just have one more piece of the puzzle of the top 4 that have been the best players last year, that have been the best players in the world for the last little bit. Especially since Rafa kind of went away towards the middle of 2022. Both players are warming up right now, Alcaraz and Zverev. These two played at the U.S. Open, just the last U.S. Open that happened. Alcaraz won that one pretty easily. Zverev beat Alcaraz at the ATP Finals that happened. But, yeah, we'll get into all of that. Hey, what's up, Elisa? Have me in the chat. What's up? Hey, what's up, Ashwani? Coming in here from our Facebook stream. Live video. What's up? Lexi, what's up? I'm broadcasting from past 6 a.m. Excited to do one. My sleep schedule is all out of whack anyway, so decided this will be fine. Yeah, it was 6-4 for Zverev in their last meeting at the ATP Finals. Yeah, I'd say, guys, don't forget to like the stream if you're enjoying it. Don't forget to subscribe as well. You're on the road to 10K subscribers. Help us out, yeah. We're close. We're trying to hit our goal of 10K. The channel's growing. Make sure to stick around on that journey for all the streams throughout the year. And don't forget to subscribe to QualityShot Tennis if you haven't already. Alright, the match is going to get started up here. Alright, I'm excited for this. Zverev to serve first. Alcaraz has been playing amazing. He played just unbelievable tennis against Kuzmanovic. Zverev has been kind of just hanging on that thread. That's in the net off the return from Alcaraz. 15 love for Zverev. 15 love for Zverev. Let me see. Let me hear some prediction in the chat. Oh. Do you still have your music? Lexi, I cannot hear the music through my stream. I apologize for that. I'm so happy you said that. I wasn't looking at my YouTube stream. I just had this tab where I can't hear that music. So I'm appreciate. Did you sleep? I did get a little bit of a nap in, yeah. I got like an hour nap in, which isn't ideal. I slept in late yesterday, and then I got about an hour to an hour and a half nap in. So I'll be okay. Hey, what's up, Lisa? Hey, yesterday Sinner won so brilliantly. He played yesterday. Yeah, Yannick's been playing amazing. 3-set win over Rublev. Hasn't dropped a set yet. He was the only man the 4th round to not drop a set. He's in the semis. He's still obviously the only man to not drop a set. Pretty crazy. Through 5 matches. He's the first player since Rafa at the 2020 Roland Garros to win his first 5 matches without dropping a set on the men's side. On the women's side, Sabalenka has done the same thing. Not dropped a set. 2. By the way, they're showing Zverev's road to this place so far. He's had a lot of tough matches. He had 2 5-set tiebreakers versus Norrie and versus Klein against Kopfer. He had a tough one, actually, very tough one in the first round as well. Couple tiebreakers. He lost the first set there. Alcaraz has definitely had the easier road to this point. He lost a set to Sonego, I believe, in the second round. That was an amazing match and a really tough match. Great shot-making kind of contest. Sonego served well and played great. They both kind of had low percentage games. So Alcaraz is still the more kind of solid, consistent of the two. So if you're Zverev down the tee, backhand Carlos. The forehand is Zverev. Back forehand Carlos. He's there. Backhand volley. It's a good touch from Zverev. 1-0. Good skill at the net. So, Lexi, I'm so happy you saved me with the music there. Let me get the scoreboard down. But yeah, we got the Alcaraz versus Zverev point here from first point to the last. I'm on coffee break for more than an hour now. I watch David stream full time, not on and off. Okay, got you, Lexi. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're joining in. Same, me too. Nice. Appreciate you guys joining in, though. Going for a bold prediction. Zita upset Alki. Wow, that is bold. But listen, Zverev Alcaraz head-to-head. Let me go over their head-to-head real quick. Zverev Alcaraz head-to-head. Zverev Alcaraz head-to-head. So the head-to-head is a winning head-to-head for Zverev. He's one of the few players to have a winning head-to-head against Alcaraz, especially for a player who's played Alcaraz at least 4 or 5 times. They've played 7 times. It is 4-3 for Zverev. 2 of their matches came in 2021. Of course, both very straightforward, straight set, easy victories for Zverev. 2022 is when Alcaraz just had an insane burst of improvement, or started on his kind of insane burst of improvement. Well, he really, even before that, he was on an insane burst of improvement. But at that point, he became a top 5, top 10 player. Second serve here from Carlitos. That's in the net, left 15. He hasn't played that many matches at this tournament, Carlos, in the past. He didn't play here last year. In 2021, he qualified into the tournament, and he played 2 main draw matches. But he hasn't played that many matches at this tournament. The year before that, he got to the 3rd round, played Berrettini. The year before that, he qualified and played 2 matches. So for this tournament, he had played 5 main draw matches. So this is just his 10th main draw match at this tournament, which is not a lot. That's in the net from Alcaraz. A couple of bad errors so far. Love 30. We'll see how he does there. But that's it so far. So Alcaraz in 2022, a very straightforward win himself over Zverev in the Madrid final. Zverev, I don't know, just didn't have anything to give for Carlos in that final. And then Zverev beat him in a really great match at Roland Garros. The 4th set there, probably one of the best sets of the year. Really compelling. That's another bad error from Carlos, by the way. I think 3 errors in this game to give 3 break points. And then Carlos with two straight set wins at the U.S. Open. It was 6-3, 6-2, 6-4 for Carlos. I don't think it's going to be as easy today, but we'll see. And then Carlos in Madrid again, 6-1, 6-2. So most of the time it's been pretty straightforward for either player. The kind of the outliers there were the last match they played, the ATP Finals, and the match that they played at Roland Garros. Forehand, cross court, forehand, Carlos. That's in the net. That's a very poor service game to start off. It's a fist bump from Zverev. He's at 2-0. We'll see how Carlos can survive here if he can break back. Not just bold, but crazy. Yeah, I think it's a crazy prediction. I agree. Anthony, how David got for sleep? Yeah, I think David's asleep. Hey, what's up, Robbie? And QualityShot 10's family. What's up? What's up, QualityShot 10's fam? That'd be glorious if Z beat Alki. Yeah, we'll see. Damn, supporting Zverev. You could beat him, but Alcaraz is an amazing guy. But I'm with Zverev. Okay. Fair enough. Who's your prediction for this match? Good question. I've got Alcaraz in 4 sets. I have really enjoyed how Alcaraz has been playing. Zverev's played a lot of long matches. I think Zverev will take a set. He might even take the first set. But overall, I think that Alcaraz has been playing at such a top-tier level of play. Everything has been working. His serve. It's like at Wimbledon. Some way midway through the tournament, you felt like, okay, now he's brought his absolute top-tier Alcaraz game to this tournament where he hasn't played a whole lot of matches and he hasn't played his best generally. But I think that now everything's kind of unlocked for him. I think that it's going to be too much. Zverev, I think the serve is going to be a really important thing for Sasha. We'll see how he plays the big points as well. A couple times throughout this tournament, even though he kind of just held on by a little bit of a thread, he didn't always play the big points that well against Norrie and against Klein. That allowed them to get a couple sets. Against Klein, throughout most of that match, he really got lucky almost to survive as much as he did because Klein was winning all of the big points, the pressure points for a lot of that match. If you watch a lot of it. But yeah, so who wins the big points? How well Zverev can do on serve. The forehand, can it hold up to the Carlos forehand that's been so good throughout this tournament, especially in that last match as well. And Carlos wants to be hitting that forehand well. That was a good backhand cross court from Zverev, 40-15. 40-15. Alcaraz, oh dear, yeah, very poor game. Very, very poor game. I only said I'll buy coffee, but I only wanted to watch Zhang earlier. Oh, yeah, Zhang versus Kalinskaya. I didn't get to watch it. I was napping, but but I'm sure that was a good one. I wanted to watch it. I'll watch the replay. Serve out wide, forehand Carlos. The backhand is Zverev. Backhand Carlos. Back to the backhand Zverev. Back to the backhand. That goes out. Listen, Alcaraz isn't going to have a lot of fun if he keeps going to that backhand. One thing you could argue for Zverev for sure that possibly better over Alcaraz is the backhand. I mean, some people might even argue Alcaraz has better backhand, but you'd probably have to say Zverev. He can just so easily get great angles off that backhand wing, and he can hit winners off of that shot just easy as day. So I would say that Alcaraz wants to hit to that forehand more, to be honest. Hit hard to that forehand. Elisa, no problem. You're here, so no problem. Yeah. If he's on back to work for you, crunch those numbers. Yeah, for sure. Hey, what's up, MXADF? Listen, MXADF, that's a name I haven't seen in a while. I miss you. Let's see Zverev take the first set. Okay, we got a lot of Zverev fans and cheers in the chat. Cool. We'll see. I know we got a few Carloses as well. We'll see what happens. Faison, don't be nervous. You said Alki in 4, Lexi. Yeah. I got Alcaraz in 4 too. Is that what Faison said? Zverev got break. Come on, Alex. Okay. What's about Sinner versus Djokovic? This is an interesting one. Yeah, it is very interesting. I mean, Sinner beat him twice in three attempts towards the end of last year. Djokovic also beat him pretty straightforwardly. Between their 6-3, 6-3, dominated over Sinner. Never really looks like Sinner brought his best in that match, but in the other two, he was fantastic. The Davis Cup match could have gone either way, but Sinner played very clutch and fantastic to get it. At the Australian Open, where Djokovic has played 10 semifinals before, Sinner's playing his first, where he's lost a lot of matches to top guys at the majors like this. I mean, he's definitely stepped up in level, but my bet's on Novak still. It really, really is. But we'll see. The way Alcaraz has been playing, he's beaten Novak in a big major final. If Sinner tires out Novak and Alcaraz can get to that final, you never know. I mean, people in the channel know I'm a big Sinner guy. I really confidently pick Novak in that semi, to be honest. Although I wouldn't be fully shocked if I'm wrong, and I would be happy to be wrong. But Alcaraz beating Djokovic in the final would not surprise me even in the slightest. That I could very easily imagine, the way Alcaraz has been playing. But not how he played that second game here. That was very poor. I'll be right back. Don't lose yet, Alki. Yeah, not yet. Let's go, Carlos. Yeah, Sinner versus Djokovic is too interesting match. It's a very interesting match. I mean, Sinner can absolutely beat Djokovic. Not to be too negative on Sinner. I mean, those two matches towards the end of last year were absolutely epics, and Sinner's been playing absolutely incredible. He has the game. He has the confidence. I think it's all there for him. I don't think this is like another Nishikori, Dimitrov, like even Zverev, like at the majors. Like I think Alcaraz and Sinner are both guys that can beat Novak and Rafa at the majors, especially now that they're older. But still, I mean, Novak won 3 out of the 4 majors. I think that they're guys that can beat him. But I just don't know if he's going to be able to in Australia, his first semifinal in Australia. But we'll see. Novak is just so good. Serve Carlos. Forehand swing volley. Oh, kind of fakes it for a drop volley. Only Carlos Alcaraz kind of smiles to his team, but I want him to smile when he's not losing 0-3. 30-15 for Carlos. I've been up for 18 hours, Robbie. I feel you. I only got that 1 hour nap, but aside from that, I'm kind of in the same boat. That was a very strange shot from Carlos. Looked like it was going to do a swing volley, then faked it for a drop shot. In fact, I don't know if I've ever really seen that shot before, which you can only say when you're watching Carlos Alcaraz match. Maybe Medvedev as well, which is what makes those two guys so fun to watch. Very different in almost every way imaginable, but we could get that in the semis if Alcaraz wins. Serving down 0-3, forehand. The backhand on Carlos. That's in the net. A lot of bad errors so far. I mean, listen, if I bring up the stats for you, it's going to look ugly for Carlos. It's like, what, 8 errors and 1 winner so far? 1 winner, 5 errors, according to this, but I don't know if it's even updated yet. Not good. But yeah, Robbie, I feel you deeply. Very similar here, but I want to see how this one unfolds. I feel like, honestly, Zverev's gone a little bit under the radar here. I mean, he's confident from United Cup. He's pulled through a lot of tight matches. That's going to give him confidence. He just beat Alcaraz at the end of last year. I think he's going under the radar. That goes out from Zverev, though. 40-30 for Carlitos. Do you play tennis yourself, AccuTops? Yes, I do. I love playing tennis. I love playing tennis as much as I love watching, maybe even more. I love playing tennis myself. I love going for crazy shots. I used to play junior tournaments. My dad was #1 in juniors for like 12 and under, 14 under, 16 under, 18 under, even try to go pros. I really think if he really try to go pro, like really try to go pros, it was even harder back in the day. But like he beat the number 200 in the world, like 6-1, 6-1 at one point. Like my dad was crazy good. I reckon I'm pretty good, but I definitely need work. And I'm only like 5'6", so I don't have a great serve either. That's a great forehand down the line from Zverev, deuce. But yeah, I'm pretty good. I like playing. Please, whoever's new to the channel, please give a like, subscribe. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, exactly. He should have tried more. I should have. I don't know. I stopped playing tennis for like 5 years, but now I'm playing again. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like the stream if you're enjoying it. Don't forget to subscribe as well. The channel if you're new. Alcaraz is in some trouble early already. This is crazy. Serve the forehand of Zverev. That's in the net. It's more Carlos than Zverev. I mean, Zverev's playing well, but it's more Carlos than Zverev. He's hitting a lot of errors. Advantage for Carlos. And I'm on extended adrenaline rush from Eddie winning that match. Robbie, that match was crazy. One of the best kind of most enjoyable matches I've seen in a while. It was such chaos. I thrive in chaos. I thrive in chaotic tennis matches. That one was one of my favorites in a long time. That goes out from Zverev. Alcaraz holds 1-3. We'll see how Zverev can do to kind of keep this lead, though. He's got some momentum. Play some tournaments, and I think my game's pretty good, but I'm not the tallest either, so I've got the same issue of the serve needs some work. Yeah, it also doesn't help. I've got like some back problems, which is like, my God, every time I go for a serve or an overhead, it just sucks. But I mean, I'm fast. I've got a good forehand. I've got a one-handed backhand, which has gotten better. You know, I've got some skills, like I can slice the ball, I can do variety. I think I'm a good fighter. I think I have a pretty high tennis IQ, but my serve is bad. My backhand's not great either. A lot of my balls fall short in the court. But with some practice, I could be better. I just don't play enough, you know, and my serve sucks. Serve out wide, forehand. Alcaraz somehow gets a back lob. Smash. Oh, Alcaraz there. That goes out, though. 15 love for Zverev. And they'll be back within 50 minutes. 50 minutes, yeah, no problem. Bro's got the one-hander. Yeah, I keep the one-handers going. I love one-handed backhand players. I mean, Roger is by far my favorite player of all time. That's not going to change as well. Federer, and I always think of Roger when I'm hitting that one-hander. We got to keep it going in honor of the Fedmeister. Is that a word? In honor of Fed. These are things I only say when it's at 6:30 in the morning. The Fedmeister is what I said. The backhand volley, forehand pass. That's too good from Zverev. 30 love. 30 love. Zverev with a quick lead here. He's playing well. The volley, I feel like, is the one thing that's really improved since he's come back from the injury. For Sasha, he's playing aggressive, stepping up through the court. We'll see how Carlos can do to kind of improve his level so far, though. See what Carlos has in him. 30 love. Serve. That's a good serve down the tee. There's not much you can do about that. 40 love. 40 love. Like I mentioned earlier, Zverev does have the winning head-to-head in his favor, but they just played at the U.S. Open. It was 6-3, 6-2, 6-4 for Carlos. This kind of reminds me of Medvedev losing 6-3, 6-3, 6-3 to Carlos at Wimbledon, and then kind of dismantling him at the U.S. Open, and one of the most impressive and standout performances I've seen in a long time from anyone. Backhand, that's in the net, 4-1. But yeah, Carlos completely. I mean, Carlos lost 9 games to Zverev at the U.S. Open. Now Zverev's up 4-1 in 17 minutes as well. Very poor from Carlos, though, to start off. Let's see. Let's go, Carlos. Let's see what Carlos can do to step up. So Carlos can do step up. Let me see some predictions, chat. Everybody joining in. I'll be here from first point to last. Anthony Hersher at the call for Quality Shot Tennis for Alcaraz versus Zverev. Let me hear your predictions, by the way. Let me hear your predictions for Sinner versus Novak on the other side of the draw. What do you think happens in Sinner versus Novak? Let me know. Any and all predictions. Sinner in 4 sets, Sinner in straight sets over Novak. Everybody goes crazy. Novak in 5 sets, Novak in 4 sets. Let me hear some predictions. I did say that I'll pretty confidently pick Novak as the winner, even though I'm kind of rooting for new blood, to be honest, especially with Yannick in that match. But if I'm staying fully in my brain and objective, I'm gonna go with Novak. I'll say Novak in I'll give a credit to Yannick. I'll say Novak in 5 sets. And Novak's had already a lot of long matches. 1-4. This could be an important match in this tournament because Carlos, this is not the level he's usually brought. If he could get through this match, he might be able to bring that level back. Forehand, that's wild from Carlos. I don't know what Carlos is doing. Love 15. Carlos needs to pick it up. Very poor start from him. I'll always believe that in their primes, Fed was better than Rafa and Ole. It's a perfectly fair opinion. I think that's perfectly fair. I always say, listen, during this weak era that people say that Fed had, he couldn't choose the players that were ahead of him. You don't know how he would have done another era. He was unbelievable at his best. Not just because he had this kind of aggressive, flashy game style, but he was just destroying people. He had every shot in the book, so complete. He had the offense, he had the defense, he was inventing new shots. He had every shot in the book. I mean, just watch his performance against Leighton Hewitt, 2004 U.S. Open final, and then imagine him playing anybody. He would have been tough for anyone. Fed had an incredible prime, no doubt about it. That's what led him to win, get to 10 consecutive Grand Slam finals, and then got to 18 major finals and 19 consecutive majors played. I mean, 36 consecutive Grand Slam quarterfinals, 237 weeks consecutive at number 1 to dominate a very tough sport like that at the highest level. Yeah, Roger at his best was crazy. No doubt about it. Center in 5, Robbie. Love it. Love it, Robbie. I love the big calls. It's 15-30, 1-4. I don't know what Carlos is doing. He needs to pick this up. Let's go, Carlos. Pick this up. Let's go, Carlos. Pick it up. We'll see what he's got in him. Carlos back at the line. He needs to regroup quick because this is... I think we've only been playing for 20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes on the match clock. Serve out wide, backhand, forehand Carlos. Inside out to the backhand of Zverev. Backhand slice Carlos. Backhand Zverev. Cross court. Backhand Carlos. The forehand of Zverev. Forehand Carlos. Cross court to the forehand of Zverev. That goes out. 30 all for Carlos. 30 all. Let's go, Carlos. He's got it. Let's go, Carlos. Yeah, last time that they played, Zverev did win. It was 6-7, 6-3, 6-4. Very close encounter. That was on indoor hard courts, though. And felt like Carlos still just didn't really figure out the indoor hard courts yet. So a win on outdoor hard courts would mean a lot more for Zverev, I would think. Although that was a good win, for sure. Serve here from Carlos. Serve the forehand of Zverev, forehand Carlos. The forehand is Zverev, forehand. That's in the net. Alcaraz needs to go to that forehand. Usually a coach will be like, go to the backhand, obviously. Nope. Against Zverev, go to that forehand, especially when you have a forehand as good as Carlos. And you can kind of hit over the lower part of the net, cross court, back to that forehand. That's what you got to do. Get that angles and then go for the winner down the line. Break down that forehand. Go to the forehand. Carlos needs to go to the forehand. Serve down the tee. That goes long. Second serve. Second serve. Kick serve. Backhand Zverev. Cross court. Backhand Carlos. That's in the net. Deuce. It's in the net. Not great from Carlos so far. Not great from Carlos so far. kind of a random thought because we're not in this position yet, but has Carlos ever come back from 2 sets to love down in his career? I'm trying to think now. I remember 2 years ago, he nearly did it against Berrettini here. Has Carlos ever come back from 2 sets to love down in his career? He played a few 5-setters at the U.S. Open, but Sinner was up 2-1 on Carlos in their match. I don't remember. Has Carlos ever had a 2 sets to love comeback? I don't think he has, which is a bit strange. I'm sure he'll have plenty of them, or at least a few. Murray has the record for the most with 11. Federer second most with 10, tied with other players like Krickstein. I don't remember if Carlos ever did. Anyway, even if he goes down a set, he'll want to do better in the second set. He doesn't want to go down 2 sets. Serve Carlos, back in his Zverev, cross court, back in Carlos, the forehand is Zverev, cross court, forehand Carlos. Back cross court, forehand Zverev. Hit back to that forehand. No, it goes to the backhand. And that's going to be a winner. Because guess what? The backhand of Zverev is more reliable than his forehand. I'll say it again. The backhand of Zverev is more reliable than his forehand. Alcaraz, this is the 8th time you're playing him. You should know this. Go back to that forehand. He's got to have the confidence in his forehand. That's the thing about playing on these courts a lot. They play quick. They play fast. But his forehand was great against Kecmanovic. He's got to have that confidence to just keep going to that forehand. He doesn't want to go backhand to backhand. Hey, what's up, Sam? Good to have you in here. Can't believe the scoreline. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a lot of it is Carlos. He's hitting a lot of errors. I mean, Zverev's playing really well, though, for sure. So it's impressive from Zverev to have such a quick start, and that's a great forehand pass from Zverev. What's up, Sam? Hey, Lalisa, good to have you back. I mean, Zverev's playing impressive, no doubt about it. Had another good forehand down the line winner earlier as well. That's a crazy return, full kind of slide and stretched out. He's definitely a great athlete, and he gets the pass. It's advantage for Sasha. Something about Carlos's intensity so far that's kind of rubbing me the wrong way. He doesn't look fully locked in yet. Can't read a player's mind, though. Serve from Carlos. Serve, that's in the net. Second serve. Kick serve, the backhand of Zverev, forehand Carlos. Back to the backhand of Zverev, cross court. The forehand is Carlos, that's in the net. 5-1. What is going on? Listen, I was like the guy who was like, I think this is gonna be close. Like, I was the guy who's like, I think Zverev's going under the radar. Even on the podcast that I did this week for the channel, there's a podcast on the show. It's called 10's 360 Podcast. We do a weekly power rankings. Eliza put Zverev 8th for the power rankings, and if I was just doing it objectively, I wanted to put Zverev higher because he's come out of some really tough holes, and I've actually thought he's played quite well at times, and he's confident, and that will give him confidence to pull out victories like that, even when he's not playing his best. And I thought he actually played decent against Norrie, but Norrie just played amazing. So I think Zverev's going under the radar, and he has a winning record against Carlos. And 5 of their 7 matches happened when Carlos has kind of been at his best since like 2022. So, in fact, he's beaten him twice since that period. Roland Garros and ATP Finals, both big matches. Anyways, Zverev to serve this out. Serve out wide, forehand Carlos. The forehand is Zverev. Back at Carlos, one-hander. That goes out. It just feels like Alcaraz isn't taking this seriously. I'm sorry. 15 love. Maybe US Open 2021 before he withdrew from injury. Ooh, good point. Yeah. Okay, so no. Well, against Tsitsipas, he didn't. I remember he went 5 sets with another guy who I can't pronounce the name of, but he has like 5, what do you call it? Not syllables. Consonants. It has like 5 consonants in a row in his name. So I don't know if it's, I don't know if I could say his name, but like Gauchik. Don't clip that. But I remember he went 5 sets against Tsitsipas. That was my personal best match of the year that year. That 5-setter against Tsitsipas where he won like 7-5 in the 5th set tiebreaker. Incredible match. I don't know how he pulled out the 3rd set there. Alcaraz really burst to the scenes. I remember jumping with joy like a crazy person when Carlos got it done, which just shows how likable this guy is. I think that was the first match I really watched from him on the Pro Tour. It's not the first match I watched from him, period. At least highlights. I watched a lot of highlights of him in the challengers. But yeah. Let me look up that tournament, though, because that's a good shout, Robbie. It's definitely a good shout. But against Tsitsipas, he didn't. I remember that. That would have been insane to do. Serve down T, backhand. The backhand is Zverev. Forehand Carlos. The forehand is Zverev. Down the T, backhand Carlos. The backhand is Zverev. Carlos hitting better. Slice, drop shot. That's in the... I'm lost for words. This is a completely different Carlos Alcaraz than the Alcaraz that was playing the matches against Kecmanovic, even the match against Sonego, but the match against Shang, even though we didn't see a lot of it. But this is a fully different Carlos Alcaraz. Doesn't look like he's fully locked in yet at all. 28 minutes on the match clock. Could be a breadstick. When's the last time Alcaraz lost a breadstick? Period. Serves Zverev. It is a breadstick. I'm going to look that up. When is the last time Carlos lost a breadstick? Did he lose one to Djokovic? I think that was like 6-3, 6-2, right? This is unbelievable. This is nearly unbelievable. What's up, Lisa? You know, Anthony, now I'm watching my phone on television. I'm seeing the Big Bash League final. Nice. I mean, it's better than this so far. Oh, Carlos turns around the second set. This is very unlike Carlos, Sam. Can say better. Yeah, it's very, I don't know what's going on, honestly, from Carlos. I'm going to look up Alcaraz's kind of results. Go by the HP website. When is the last time Carlos lost a breadstick? That was an abysmal set from Alcaraz. To be honest. Just to be honest. Yeah, 6-3, 6-2 to Novak. Okay. I'm literally looking. When's the last time Carlos lost a 6-2 set? Because it's been a while, 6-1 set. Oh, yeah. Okay, against Yannick in Beijing, he lost 6-1. He lost a 6-1 set to Yannick in Beijing. He looked equally poor in that set as well, but man. He also lost a 6-1 set to Medvedev at the U.S. Open. So there's been a couple times Medvedev just played out of his head there. Not like here. I mean, Zverev's playing great. To be honest, this is a great start for Sasha as well, but Carlos just can't find it. Crazy. I went for Carlos in 4. Yeah, I said Carlos in 4 too, I think. By the way, if this goes 5 sets, I'm very compelled now to watch this because I thought Zverev could do something, but I wasn't banking on it though. But if this match happens to go 5 sets, then we would be only 1 5-set match away from the record for the most 5-set matches in a single major in the Open era, which would be really cool. I'm really rooting for that to happen. So let's see if it does. Yeah, I'm remembering if the Tsitsipas match, he became a man in that match. Yeah, exactly. It was an unbelievable match. A lot of people are saying Nadal-Djokovic 2021 Roland Garros was the match of the year that year. Nearly everybody, in fact. I was one of the only people who was going for the Carlos versus Tsitsipas match. And the third set in the Rafa-Novak match, I mean, the second set was fantastic as well. But the third set was, I would probably argue, the best set I've ever seen in tennis. And it's in just about every way possible. But the first and the fourth sets, not as good, even though between Nadal and Djokovic, definitely still very high level. But I thought that Tsitsipas versus Carlos match, I thought how amazing. Carlos just turned 18 years old, and Tsitsipas played great too. The drama, the highs and lows, 5th set tiebreaker, the upset of the tournament, one of the upsets of the year. Amazing match. Incredible. And the entertainment value of Carlos and Steph is both really high. And we didn't know that the head-to-head would be as lopsided as it is. Great shot from Zverev, by the way. He's at 15 all. So, my God. What's up, Manor? Jeez, Anthony, you're alive. I am alive, Manor. I'm alive. I'm alive and kicking. But yeah. Appreciate you joining in. Wow, great stat. Yeah. 33 5-set matches in this event so far. The most in the Open era is 35. We would tie the record. We need 2 matches to tie the record. We need 3 to pass. There are 4 matches to play. By the way, speaking of the 2021 U.S. Open, where that Alcaraz-Tsitsipas match happened, in that event, 34 5-set matches were played. I remember that well. I thought that tournament was going to break the record. And then I think past the fourth round, we only had one 5-set match. That was the Zverev taking on Djokovic 5-set match in the semis. But anyway, that one had 34 5-set matches. That's the second most in the Open era. If this one has 2 more 5-set matches, which is to say if half of the matches left in the men's side go 5 sets, 2 of the last 4, then we will have the record for the most 5-set matches in a single major in the Open era, which is pretty exciting. I hope that happens. I love stats like that. I think Faison said it on the last stream. I love stats. Forehand. The forehand is Zverev. That goes out. That's forehand's gonna break down. Alcaraz, go to the forehand. 1-0. There you go. Let's go, Carlitos. In that hour, I got lucky. I appreciate it, Winor. Hey, what's up, Jerome? It's been a while. What's up, Jerome? Just missed the first set. Wow, what happened? Yeah, no, it's crazy. Carlos just abysmal. Terrible. I can't say it enough. He didn't even look like he was fully serious. At one point, he had a one-handed backhand. He was smiling at his box from down 0-3. It was just weird. But aside from that, he was hitting a lot of errors. Let's look at the stats. But his first serve percentage, I don't think, was very high either. If it was, he wasn't doing very well on it. 55% of first serves in compared to Sasha, who's pretty much played perfect on serve. Might as well say he's done perfect on serve so far. This is the big stat, though. 2 winners, 11 errors. This is the weirdest. This probably the second weirdest stat of the tournament after Novak going 0 for 15 on breakpoint conversion, which is the first time that's ever happened in Novak's career and the last time. In fact, I don't think that happens very often at the pro level anyway, especially with Novak. 0-1 here. Like my Anthony, or I'll punch you in the face. That is aggressive, but I appreciate it. Backhand Alcaraz, the backhand is Zverev. Backhand of Alcaraz, the forehand is Zverev. Backhand Alcaraz, cross court, the backhand is Zverev, cross court. Backhand Alcaraz down the line, forehand Zverev on the stretch. Forehand Carlos, back cross court to the forehand of Zverev, forehand Carlos, back cross court to that forehand. Backhand Carlos, inside out. Listen, I want him to go that forehand, but I don't want him to be scared to go to the backhand either when he has a winner. I felt like he could have gone down the line a few times with at least again to an advantageous position, come to net, finish it off. But anyway, 15 love for Zverev. Let's see if Carlos can have a better set. Better set here. Very rare that Carlos loses a breadstick. Very, very rare. Only 35 minutes on the match clock. We're already in the second set. Backhand Zverev, the forehand, Carlos drop shot. That's a terrible drop shot. Is this just a bad day in the office for Carlos or what? This just feels like this doesn't feel real at the moment. Really weird performance. Wonder if he needs to play into the game and adjust to the step up in level. Yeah, that's fair. Kecmanovic seemed to be really tired. He had just played 2 consecutive 5-set matches, including saving match points. Tommy Paul and Jan-Lennard Struff, who are, you would have to say, 2 of the hardest guys to put away, especially on a hard court. Forehand, that goes out off the return. 40 love for Zverev. He's made quick work here. 40 love. We did have some people rune on Zverev. They'll be happy in the chat. Yeah, does he need to? Yeah, he probably does. That's a good point. Jerome. He needs to adapt to this kind of step up in level. I think that's a good way of putting it. Because even against Shang in the 4th round, I mean, Shang really didn't show up to his best. He was injured. And then Kecmanovic was very quick. Backhand down the line. Backhand, Carlos put away. That's the first time Carlos is in the quarterfinal of the Australian Open. In fact, that's the first time he's in the 4th round of the Australian Open. I mean, even at Wimbledon, he needed a 4th round the year prior before he did very well. He didn't even play Australian Open last year, so he's still adjusting. And yeah, this is definitely the highest level opponent he's maybe ever played at the Australian Open. But, well, I don't think that's necessarily fair to say, at least since Berrettini a couple of years ago. Serve here from Sasha. Sasha serve. Out wide, forehand Carlos. The forehand is Zverev. Backhand Carlos. Cross court to the backhand is Zverev. Backhand slice Carlos. The forehand is Zverev. Cross court. What a forehand angle. That's in the net. Really good playing from Zverev, though. Both things can be true. Zverev has had a really good start, and Carlos not. Not at all. Hey, what's up, Pat? Watching live from the Philippines. Hey, I appreciate you. La Lisa. La Lisa. What's up? Almost Carlos. Yeah, he's got to step up. He's got to step up. What's up, people in the chat? Max, Pat, Robbie. I'm watching from 7 a.m., so please leave a like just for that. Because I'm, I decided to stay up for it. I had too much energy from the Medvedev match. That was probably one of my favorite matches in a long time, to be honest. Personal favorite. I'm not going to say it was the highest level throughout, but just a personal favorite match and probably the best match of the tournament so far on the men's side. That gave me a lot of just a huge adrenaline rush, especially the end of that match. That hits the tape from Zverev, goes back, what is the shot selection? Forehand volley. He gets away with it, but he shouldn't have hit a slice there. Carlos fist bumps, but no. I don't know what Carlos is doing. The shot selection is off. Usually the thing that's so impressive about Carlos, and it's not perfect yet, but he has so many tools in his toolbox, and yet his shot selection and tennis IQ is always so high and so sharp. He had a backhand slice right down the middle. Zverev didn't get enough width on the or angle on the forehand cross-court pass. He could have went down the line as well, but it just wasn't enough of an angle there, but got away with a bad shot choice there, to be honest. 15 love. That goes long. Alcaraz has not found the range. It's not found the range yet. Serve from Carlos. Let's go, Carlos. Pick it up. Serve from Carlos. The forehand of Zverev. Forehand of Carlos. The forehand of Zverev. Cross court. That goes out. 30 love for Carlos. 30 love for Alcaraz. Not Vamos, Pamos. Okay, fair enough. Pamos, Carlos. It's not so good so far because I don't know. We don't talk about that QB loss. All right, fair enough. It was definitely a heartbreaker for the QB fans, no doubt about it. For the Hurkacz fans. But that was a crazy match. I mean, you have to be proud of Hurkacz. He could have lost on the fourth set. He could have put away the first set as well. He had chances in the third set, but both guys fought so well throughout that match. That's a better forehand swing, by the way, from Carlos. 40 love. 40 love. 7 a.m. That's commitment. Yeah, I appreciate Jerome. Yeah, I don't know why. I've just I initially wasn't going to commentate it, and then I just yeah, I'm going to commentate it. I don't know. Something just switched. Especially because my sleeping schedule, I had time to get a little bit of a nap in while the women's match went on. I did want to watch the Zhang Gao and Sky match, but I'll watch some of the replay. So the forehand of Carlos. That goes out, but you still got a cushion here at 40 love, 40-15. 40-15. Anthony, yes, I gained a whole new level of admiration for Hubie's talent. Yeah, I love it, Robbie. I mean, I've known for a while that Hubie is one of the more skillful guys on the tour. It's not always clear, but his highlight reel is so vast, and he's I don't know. I think that he's gonna keep rising in the ranks. He's fantastic, this Hurkacz, honestly. Very, very, very solid player. 2-1. 2-1. He's got some of the most skills for like a big serving kind of guy. I mean, he's like an Isner type, even if not quite to the level of Isner on serve. He's pretty close. He has a fantastic serve. And he's like an Isner type, but with better hands and better backhand, more willing to kind of, I don't know, more willing to have more tools at his disposal and add more variety and play different kinds of shots, I think. So that's something I would say. But like John was also kind of a fearless competitor type, but he just didn't have enough tools in the toolbox. Hurkacz has those tools, and that's why Isner had a career high, number 7, 8 in the world. Hurkacz already has won 2 Masters. That's more than John did. I think overall he's a better player, probably, to be honest. But they're both great. Whenever I see Zverev playing on the court, I remember that match in Roland Garros against the Rafa situation. It happens very tough to see Zverev cry. Yeah, that's fair. That must have been a heartbreaker for Sasha fans, so that's tough. It's tough. Well, he's playing a good level now. He's back. Lob. Backhand volley. Backhand Carlos. Oh, they're showing they fooled me. They're showing highlights of the Sonego match. This one was outrageous. They're showing that point in the tournament, backhand smash, then the backhand around the net from Carlos. That might be one of my favorite points I've ever watched. I'm glad that I got to see that live as it happened, because that was, I mean, you could only dream up a point like that. Backhand smash just hits the sideline, and Alcaraz, in half a second, just like on a full slide. It's not like he runs all the way to like, he cuts the ball off, cuts off an angle from the ball, and just hits a screamer winner down the line. Outrageous kind of athleticism, skills, vision to be able to hit it around the net. And I've said that about so many Alcaraz shots. It's the creativity and just fearlessness off the court to execute it. It's like an artist. It's like an artist. Like, you have a vision, and to be able to fearlessly kind of execute that vision, you know? Carlos has that creative game style that makes tennis so fun to watch, especially when it gets competitive to the tight moments. Two distinct personalities, mentalities on the court going at each other for 5 hours with different play styles, creative points. I mean, that's what we love about tennis, you know? I don't know if anything what I said made sense, but I think parts of it did, and I think that is good. I hope. 15 love for Zverev. 1-2. That's a lot from Zverev. I think parts of what I said made sense. Queen Zhang in the top 10. Let's go. Is that right? Zhang in the top 10. First major semifinal as well. Let's go, Zhang. I love that. Hell yeah. Zhang is another one of those amazing athletes and great talents on the women's side. She's going to be a top 5 in my opinion. Forehand Zverev. The back into Carlos. That's in the net. He needs to keep hitting to that forehand, though. Even so far in this match, I feel like that forehand Zverev is not as good. Carlos frustrated, by the way. Carlos' shot selection is not the best. Very kind of strange from Carlos. He's rocking the sleeveless, by the way, like Rafa. It's good old pal Rafa. 30 love for Zverev. Very strange performance from Carlos. The forehand is Zverev. Inside out, 40 love. Very strange performance from Carlos. Very good one from Zverev. So Zverev's getting it done. This would be his biggest win in a major since the injury when he beat Carlos in the quarterfinals of Roland Garros. Like I said, that was a fantastic performance and match from Zverev against Carlos in the Roland Garros there. Let's see what Zverev can do. He's at 40 love. 45 minutes on the match clock. Serve down the tee. Forehand Carlos. The forehand Zverev. Back in Carlos. The back in Zverev. The forehand of Carlos. Cross court. That goes out. Zverev is playing very well. It's 2-2. It is 2-2. Yeah, that was mad. Lisa's ankle ligaments must have been destroyed. Fair play for his comeback. Yeah, absolutely. Queen Zhang. Yeah, Queen Zhang. That's it. Zhang is awesome. What an athlete, honestly. I'm definitely going to watch that replay. I know, but whenever I see him playing, reminds me. But now the comeback's very good. I love the way he plays. Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, he's looking for a good performance on a major. I mean, Medvedev is tired. It doesn't seem like he's brought out his absolute top-tier level, although he played very well for pockets of that Hurkacz match, no doubt about it. So, you know, Zverev maybe has a chance, although he hasn't fared that well against Medvedev, to be fair, but that would be the first time they play in a major, which is insane, just by itself. Zverev has only played, here's a stat for you. Zverev has only played Tsitsipas or Medvedev at a major once. Either guy. Which is unbelievable. Never played Medvedev at a major. They played like 18 times, though. Just half of those were last year. Forehand cross court. The forehand is Zverev. Forehand Carlos. Back cross court. Forehand. Forehand Carlos. Backhand Zverev. Forehand Carlos. Inside out. Backhand Zverev. Good defense. Keeps it low. Forehand. Very weird from Carlos. Backhand cross court. Backhand volley. That's better from Carlitos. The shot selection is very wonky for Alcaraz so far. I don't know if he is adjusting to the higher tier of play from Zverev, but 15 love for Carlos. He needs to pick it up. By the way, Zverev's had good defense in this match so far, which is very good signs for Zverev in this contest. Zverev wants to serve well, get out of these rallies, but if he is in these rallies, to be able to defend well will be important. Forehand Carlos, drop shot. That's too good from Carlos. He's got the touch. 30 love. 2 2-2 and 30 love. Appreciate everybody joining in. 47 minutes on the match clock so far. Let's see if Carlos can step it up. Great drop shot. Carlitos drop shot. Love that dropper. It's a good one there. Good touch. Forehand. That's in the net from Zverev. 40 love. That's a good serve from Carlos. Feels like his level might be picking up. At least in this game it is. These few points. A little bit better. Serve here from Carlos. Charlie Alcaraz. Serve out wide. That's a good serve. Much better from Carlos. There you go. 3-2. Good service game. Good service game. Appreciate everybody joining in, by the way. Anthony Hirsch here on the call for Quality Shot Tennis. Like always, don't forget to subscribe if you are new. Don't forget to like the stream as well if you're enjoying it. Appreciate everybody joining in. It's been a weird Alcaraz performance. We'll see if we can kind of step it up. At least I'm from Dallas. Where are you from? Nice. From Portugal. Nice. I got a question for the chat, by the way. Let me know, what is the best shot you've ever seen Carlos Alcaraz hit? Simple question. What is, in your opinion, the greatest single shot that you've seen Carlos Alcaraz hit in his very, 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 very young career so far? Well, we hope it's a young career. He's a very young player. We hope he stays healthy. For me, it's a very quick and easy answer. To me, it's the absolutely all-time squash shot that he hit running backwards against Djokovic at Roland Garros. The second best is, in my opinion, well, I have three answers. So that just shows how good of a shot maker Alcaraz is. But for the best one, it's that one. He actually played a very kind of underrated point against Tiafoe at the U.S. Open to kind of push the first set into a tiebreaker there, where he was running all over the court. And running backwards, he had an absolute stunner of a passing shot past Tiafoe. I think of that one. I think of the behind the back against Yannick at the U.S. Open same year. I think about the pass against Jarry in Rio. That probably is my number two. But let me know, what is the I probably named a lot of them, but let me know what's in your opinion the best Alcaraz shot that you've seen. For me, I'd go with that Djokovic shot at Roland Garros for sure, because I think it's a contender for the greatest shot of all time. I'm not afraid. I really think that shot is contender for the greatest shot we've seen recorded in tennis, in professional tennis, because that shot was absolutely unlike anything I've ever seen. Serve from Zverev, the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand Zverev, the backhand of Alcaraz. Backhand Zverev. The forehand of Alcaraz, the forehand Zverev. Backhand Alcaraz, the backhand of Zverev. Forehand of Alcaraz, the backhand of Zverev. Backhand Alcaraz, the forehand of Zverev. Backhand Alcaraz, the forehand of Zverev. Forehand of Alcaraz. Cross court, that's big. I love that. Bigger. Forehand Alcaraz, back to that forehand. Getting Zverev out. He's got to put this away. Inside out. He does. Alcaraz has lifted his level, and you just knew. Big vamos from Carlos because he feels it too. He's lifted. 15-30. 15-30. One that comes to mind is this 180 Roland Garros shot. The presence of mind, the audacity to try that, the awareness that Novak be at, not the athleticism filthy. Yeah, absolutely. The vision of the shot, I feel like he had that shot in mind right away, running backwards, the balance to hit that shot, the athleticism, the slide to just not even just fall over or get injured was amazing. Yeah. And he's in the land of the not so good Hawks and Pelicans. Yeah, that's true. We're kind of failing in the sports world, but we got Ben Shelton. So backhand, the backhand of Zverev, forehand, Alcaraz, the forehand of Zverev. That goes out. He's looking to get the second set. If you thought Alcaraz was going to go out with a whimper, then this might be your first time watching Carlos Alcaraz. First of all, Carlos doesn't lose in straight sets. That's the very first thing. Second thing is Carlos does not go down. As soon as he sees that he needs to lift his level, he lifts his level. very, at least reminiscent of the big three. We'll see if he can get to that level, but he's on a high trajectory. It's 15-40. See if he is on a good trajectory in this match. Backhand down the line. Of course, Carlos gets there. Great athleticism smash. Carlos out of nowhere. He gets a racket on it, but it's in the ground. There's no way he was going to be able to defend that. 30-40. He almost did, though. But that's a good point from Zverev. Zverev holds on. One more break point coming. 30-40. Break point number 2. Break point number 2. Let's see what Zverev can do. Zverev rocking gold chains, which is so strange to me always. I can't. They always look so heavy on his neck. I can't imagine playing with that, but whatever works. Serve down the tee, forehand Carlos. That goes in. That goes deep too. Backhand. The backhand is Zverev. Backhand to backhand. Backhand. More central. Still to the backhand though. Forehand. Into the forehand is Zverev. Backhand. Cross court to the backhand is Zverev. Backhand to backhand rally. Backhand slice. Down the line. It's a good shot. The forehand is Zverev. Forehand cross court. The forehand is Zverev. Back at Carlos. So he goes for the attack and he would have followed that into the net, but it's in the net. Deuce. Big fist bump. His girlfriend kind of fist bumps back as well. Deuce. I love to watch tennis, and how much I love to watch tennis, that much I love to play tennis. Also, yeah, Lisa, same here. By the way, Anthony, I'm from Georgia. I'm from near Atlanta, Georgia. So I'm from near ATL. I've lived here my whole life. I plan on that changing, though. I'd love to move to like Los Angeles or New York. That'd be great for me. Los Angeles is a place that I've wanted to move for a few years now. Tokyo seems fun to visit for a bit. I just love the culture in Tokyo. But we'll see though. I definitely would like to visit first and see if I like it. But right now I'm living near ATL, just in the States. But I definitely want to travel a lot more. Backhand. That's a big let's go from Zverev. He holds on 3-3. Zverev holds on 3-3. He's been holding on throughout this tournament. I mean, one thing I'll say about Zverev, he's playing confident. He's playing clutch. He's gone through 2 5-set tiebreakers. I mean, I don't usually worry about Zverev's fitness at majors. I mean, he could play 4 5-set tiebreakers in a row. I don't usually worry that he'll break down a bit. But he does struggle at majors for whatever reason. But he's beaten Carlos in the quarterfinal of a major before. That was his first top 10 victory at a slam. So he's going to have that confidence going for him. And he's beaten him the last time they played. And it was on hard courts. It also was just about a month or two ago. So about a couple months ago. Serve from Carlos down the tee. It was a good rebound, though, from Zverev because it looked like Carlos might kind of run away with the second set and break. But anyway, Carlos at 15-love. This looks like it's going to be a tight match, though. That we know. QualityShot Tennis should do a 10-minute cinematic breakdown of the anatomy of the great shot of all time, analyzing the physiological triumph it is. I would love to do that, Jerome. Maybe like the countdown my 10 greatest shots of all time. Yeah, that's actually a great idea to kind of break it down that way. I've thought about making a list of my best shots of all time. Break it down that way is very interesting. Oh, that's in the net. 30-love. 15 off. That's in the net. Alcaraz is very frustrated with himself. Yeah, Jerome, there's a lot of things I'd love to do. I'd love to do like appreciation like videos for like some amazing matches, some amazing shots. Something that I think would be a lot of fun. Let me know in the chat if you think this would be fun, but do a play-by-play watch-along of old matches where we could watch like the 2018 Wimbledon final or Sinner Alcaraz US Open or even something way back in the day like McEnroe O'Connors or McEnroe Borg, like something just together and do like a lot play-by-play as if it's happening live. I think that'd be a lot of fun, especially for some crazy matches with really fun moments throughout it, like Sinner Alcaraz. I think that'd be fun. Forehand, the backhand of Zverev, backhand slice Carlos, the backhand of Zverev. Forehand Carlos, cross court, the forehand of Zverev. Backhand Carlos, the backhand of Zverev. Backhand Carlos, the backhand of Zverev. Backhand Carlos, back to the backhand of Zverev. Backhand down the line. It's a great shot. Forehand. Cross court, forehand down the line. Zverev is playing amazing. If you're a Zverev fan, you're highly encouraged by this because I'll tell you what, so far, this is like pre-comeback Zverev. So far, this has felt like pre-comeback Zverev. This has felt like Zverev before he got the injury. He is playing incredible. Forehand down the line, backhand down the line. He's got all the shots at the moment. I said 88% of first serves in. It is called quality shot after all. Jerome, that might be a genius idea. You're 18 years. I'm not 18, but I appreciate it. I'm young. I appreciate it. I got a baby face. I'm young, which is half a flex. I'm 23. 11 winners from both. A lot more errors from Carlos. 15-30. Serve. The backhand is Zverev. Backhand Carlos. Cross court. That's a big shot. 30-all. Carlos. He needs to pick up here. He needs to hold. Let me see. I'm 23. Yeah, we could literally call it like quality shots. Tennis. Or like, like quality shots. Best quality shots ever. I don't know. Serve from Carlos. 3-3, 30-all. It's a big moment in this match. Serve out wide. Forehand Zverev. That's shanked. That goes out. 40-30. 40-30. That almost landed in, by the way. Just long on the baseline. 40-30. I think old matches would be a great idea, Robbie. I appreciate it. I've thought about it, and I was like, man, that could be kind of fun with some really good matches. And I think I've put it up with Mark Cuban and Jerry Jones. It sucks. Yeah, for sure. That must be tough as well. Another serve from Carlos to hold to 4-3. We're still under an hour in this match. We're already almost at 4-3 second set. Because that first set was so quick. Backhand. Back cross court to the backhand of Zverev. Backhand. Backhand Zverev. Feels like Carlos isn't going backhand down the line very often. That's out. He's not going forehand cross or backhand down the line as often as he should. I don't know what that is, but whatever it is, the shot selection, he's not hitting to the Zverev's forehand, and his Zverev's backhand is hitting amazing. I mean, we saw that Zverev's forehand is playing great too earlier because he had a stunner of a down the line shot. Did you eat your breakfast? No, not yet. I'll probably just sleep after this, to be honest. I ate a small snack before coming on, but that's it. Serve out wide. That goes wide. Hour played. We'll see. I might eat breakfast and go to sleep, but we'll see. I might just pass out after this. Serve. Forehand is Zverev. Forehand Carlos. The forehand is Zverev. Chipped. The forehand to Carlos. Cross court. Forehand Zverev. Backhand. Carlos. Backhand Zverev. Cross court. Oh, he missed it. Did he? He missed it. Wow, that was a huge shot from Zverev. He arguably should have gone down the line. He should have gone down the line. He missed it. Advantage for Carlos. Alcaraz smiling, by the way. He's like, I should have lost that point. Guy was like, I should have lost that point. Zverev's mental composure at slams can sometimes be a little bit wonky. That's why it's been encouraging, to be honest, that he's gone through 2 5-set tiebreakers, especially against the guy playing as well as Cameron Norrie in that match. But against Carlos is a different story. Serve down T, forehand Zverev, the forehand to Carlos, the forehand Zverev, cross court, forehand Carlos, the forehand Zverev, cross court, forehand Carlos, on slide. That goes out, deuce. That goes out, deuce. Those drop shots aren't working, Alcaraz. Yeah, exactly. They're not. And Alcaraz drop shot the best in the game. Unless Fabian Morazan. That's another guy. Maybe him, but Alcaraz has the best drop shot in the game. It's very weird that it's not working so far. And Zverev's speed going up and down the court, in my opinion, isn't always the best. So that drop shot can be a good tool for him. Let's see. Deuce. By the way, I think is that Kate Middleton watching the crowd, or is that, I might be wrong. I don't know if that would make a lot of sense. There's somebody that looks like her. Hour and 2 minutes on the match clock. Serve from Carlos. Spaniard, serve. Forehand of Zverev. Backhand of the Spaniard to the backhand of Zverev. Forehand Zverev. The backhand of Carlos. And a bit of a rally. Forehand cross court. It's a very important rally, to be honest. Forehand. Down line. Back at Carlos. Pass. Back and volley. Back at Carlos. He's there. Slice. Oh, back and volley. Carlos is there. Lob. That's a great shot. Backhand smash. Only Carlos gets it. Oh, it hits the top of the tape, though. Carlos is the fastest player on the tour, but not good enough there. Is Carlos Alcaraz the fastest player who's ever played the game? I mean, listen, I don't know if he would win in a track race for the fastest, but with a racket in hand, is he the fastest player that's ever played tennis? He certainly has an argument. Alex de Minaur, Gael Monfils, Rafael Nadal, Michael Chang. I mean, you think of these different guys, but he has an argument for it. That's just hit the top of the tape. That's a good point from Zverev, though, to hang on. It was a good volley initially when Alcaraz hit a backhand cross-court pass to kind of stick it down the line, kind of punch that volley. Team Nadal, surely. Okay. Might be a bit of a hot take, though. But yeah, I mean, listen, Rafa had some of the most ridiculous gets. I don't know. Rafa might beat him in a bit of a sprint, but I don't know. I'm going to take Carlos. I think Carlos might be faster, to be honest. I would take Carlos' speed, to be completely honest. It's close, though. It's almost uncomparable. Monfils is up there as well. All of those guys. I don't even know how to compare them, but Carlos is a contender. Break point here. It's a big point. Serve. The backhand Zverev. Cross court. Backhand Carlos. The backhand Zverev down the line. Forehand Carlos. Chip short. Chance for Zverev. Backhand. Cross court. That's in the tape. Zverev is up a break at 4-3. My goodness. Carlos. It was 2-3, 15-40. Carlos finally picking up in level. He couldn't convert on those two break points and see how the tables turn. I did ask earlier, has Carlos ever come back from 2 sets love down? I don't think he has, and that might come into play here. 4-3 for Zverev. Carlos has not found his range at all. That was very poor. Carlos usually so clutch down break points as well. Magnus Norman is up there too. That's a good shot phase on. Setting to break down. What is Carlos doing? Freaking exactly. I don't know what Alcaraz is doing. This is ridiculous. Yeah, Carlos broken again. Axie was fast. Yeah, that's true. Andre is fast for sure. Old matches could be cool, although 5-hour play-by-plays of oldies sounds daunting. Yeah, I'm down though. I listen. I think almost nobody would join for the whole thing, but I'd be down to call it, to be honest. For matches that I really care about, like and maybe matches that I haven't even seen the entirety of as well. But like a match that I really care about, like Sinner Alcaraz at the U.S. Open, or Federer Nadal in 08 Wimbledon, or Djokovic Wawrinka 2013 Australian Open, or even matches back in the day that I think are great. Sampras Axie, that one only went 4 sets. You know, I would be down to call it. I think we'd have just people like coming in and out, but I think it would be a lot of fun, to be honest. So I might do that eventually. Carlos is incredibly quick. Yeah, especially with the racket in hand. 4-3, and people are starting to look at the score line, especially because we've only had an hour and 10 minutes played, and be like, huh? Not even that, by the way. Hour and 6 minutes on the match clock. And Zverev's at the line, looking to possibly go 2 sets to love. Carlos is just playing around. That's a great serve out wide. Zverev is serving as well as he possibly could be at, though. Let's just look at the serve stats around through this match for Zverev, because it's been almost pitch perfect. I mean, to be honest. He's made 89% of his first serves in play. That is just unheard of. That might be the best you'll see all year. Against Alcaraz, knowing how good Alcaraz is on the first serve return. In fact, I'll give you a stat. Serve down the tee, forehand, the backhand of Carlos, backhand Zverev. The backhand slice of Carlos, drop shot. Drop shot's not in the net. Carlos is frustrating me at this point, honestly. 89%, 81% of first serves won for Zverev, though. 89% first serves in. Carlos has the highest percentage of first serve return points won on the whole tour. He also has the highest percentage of most first serves returned on tour. And 89% and 81% is absolutely ridiculous from Zverev. He saved 2 for 2 break points. That wasn't that 15-40 at 3-2. And this is just not good enough, especially for this level that Zverev's been playing. That's a good drop shot from Zverev. That is very short from Carlos. That was going out. What in the world is Carlos doing? Carlos just looks like I don't know. We forget that Carlos Alcaraz is 20 years old, like he's inexperienced at these majors, all of that. Carlos can still come back. I mean, I almost would be reckoned to say that Carlos can come back from any position, let alone from 2 sets to love down. I'm not going to be the guy to say that that's impossible because I can very easily imagine it happening against almost anybody because Carlos is that kind of player, but he does not want to go down 2 sets love, especially when Zverev is playing this well. That is out, and Carlos kind of kicks it out of frustration a little bit. 6-1, 5-3. There's no other way to put it. Carlos Alcaraz is playing abysmal tennis for his usual, and Zverev is playing amazing. And we get the scoreline. His serve in particular has been rock solid. Sasha's. Literally can't believe this. I can't believe what's happening. Listen, it's almost 7:30 a.m. I feel like, is this like a dream? I'd be almost as not surprised if this was not a dream as much as I'd be surprised if it's a dream. Because Carlos is just playing around. This is terrible from Carlos. There's no other way to put it. I hope Carlos picks it up in level. So from Carlos, hour and 8 minutes. I haven't seen a performance like this from Carlos in a hot minute. I mean, the second set against Sinner in Beijing, something, but I mean, come on. Serve, that's a good drop volley from Carlos. A little bit better. 15 love. 15 love. Anthony got trying to recreate that Alcaraz Roland Garros shot as well, including the breakdown via can on professional recreate the superhuman shot. I would love to do that, Jerome. Absolutely. For sure. That'd be fun. Sasha is dialed in. Uh-oh. Yeah, exactly, Robbie. Sasha is all the way focused in here. I was curious by this match because, well, first of all, by the way, in terms of the 5-set record, this increases the chances of getting that one real big. Zverev is 3 points away from going up 2 sets to love on Carlos Alcaraz. Alcaraz in this tournament was playing absolutely phenomenal for the last few matches. Against Sonego, I'm not going to pretend and say it was pitch perfect, but he hit some incredible shots. Towards the latter half of that match, he started playing very well. But then it was against Shang, really, where he really found his game. Shang was never a really big test for him. He only played 2 completed sets against him, which might be the story coming into this match. It's not good enough match play. You want a balance, right? Even Yannick, he hasn't dropped a set in this tournament, but he played Rublev and Khachanov who were playing phenomenal tennis. So he was tested in both those matches. Those probably should have went 4 sets. It was Yannick who stepped up at 3-4 and a few break points for Khachanov and has saved a lot of break points. And against Rublev down 1-5 in the tiebreaker, it was Sinner who stepped up. You want a balance. Obviously, you don't want to go 5 sets every match, but you want a balance of having at least similar play to the top 5 level that's Zverev playing at the moment, to be honest. Forehand, that goes out. 30 all. Zverev fans will be happy in the chat. He's 2 points away here. And they got to make this happen. Some of the players on the track and sprint, how long should the sprint be, you reckon? Ooh. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good. That would be cool though. Demon versus Gale versus Rafa versus Carlos. But I mean, listen, maybe Demon versus Carlos because Gale and Rafa are not at their best at this moment as to what they used to be. But Demon, Carlos, maybe got a few others in there. Carlos, another backhand in the net. It's going so fast too. It doesn't feel like Carlos has had a single moment to breathe and slow down either. So strange. He's won 4 games. He's won 4 games in an hour and 11 minutes. And Zverev has set point to go up 2 sets to love. Disappointing, to be honest, from the side of Carlos. Serve out wide, back in Carlos. Wow, fake drop shot from Carlos that goes wide. What in the world are we He was down 1-5 in the first set, and he had just a one-handed backhand that went well wide. Is he like injured or like this has got to be some joke from Carlos? I mean, I'm not going to sit here and just be fully negative, but I try to commentate honestly till I'm watching the match. I can't believe this performance from Carlos. Anyway, 6-1, 6-3. And every time that Carlos getting madder, his grunts are louder. Yeah, 19 unforced errors. Yeah. This is shocking for Carlos. What am I watching? Does not look hampered physically. Shot selection is all over the place. That's the most shocking of everything. Spraying the ball everywhere. His shot selection is abysmal. So many shots falling short. Unforced errors all abound. It's the most frustrated I've been on a stream just because Carlos can't Can't really hit the ball. I'm just shell shocked to be honest. 89% first serves in for Zverev, 82%. So he's playing obviously very well, but from the side of Carlos, he's made 60% of his first serves in. That's 3 for 5. First serves in. That's not good enough. And winners to errors, 12 winners and 21 unforced errors. 21 unforced errors in an hour and 12 minutes. I mean, look, on paper, yes, a guy who's 20 years old, Carlos Alcaraz, played 5 matches before the tournament, coming to the Australian Open, playing a guy who's playing as well as Zverev, serving as well as Zverev, when his return and his first serve return is as good of a strength as it is for him, who's 20 years old, has so many shots and plays such a low percentage game. Yes, probably on paper he should once in a while have a performance like this. This makes a little bit of sense when you put it into that kind of context. But this is not Carlos Alcaraz. You know what I mean? Like, that is what Carlos Alcaraz should be on paper, but it's not what we've seen Carlos Alcaraz be on the tennis court. I just had the sneaky feeling about it at 1-4 that it felt like Zverev was fully dialed in and Alcaraz wasn't. I asked earlier, has Alcaraz ever come back from 2 sets love down? Can he do it? In my opinion, yes. I will just straight up say he's never done before. That doesn't stop me from saying, yes, he absolutely can come back from 2 sets love down. Is he going to do it? Now, that's a completely different question. Zverev trying to spoil the party like Ben Shelton did at the U.S. Open. At the U.S. Open, it was Alcaraz versus Medvedev. Djokovic on the other side, but it wasn't Sinner to complete that kind of top 4 guys like it was at Wimbledon. It was Ben Shelton. Now Zverev trying to do the same. Similar to Roland Garros a couple years ago when he beat Alcaraz in the quarters there as well. What the hell? I just came back to see this. I don't know either. Everybody is absolutely shell-shocked. Alcaraz definitely dropped his game. Absolutely. Zach, Alcaraz not winning this. We'll see, Zach. Yeah, I mean, probably. If he doesn't pick up his level, he's absolutely not going to. Carlos blown away by Sasha. I cannot believe it either. Sasha looking for a 5-3 record. By the way, if Sasha wins this match, is Alcaraz even going to end with a winning record against Zverev? We see Djokovic having a winning record against everybody on the tour. Probably unlikely Alcaraz will have that, especially because he's already started off with a few kind of head-to-head disadvantages against a few players, namely Sinner. Although he could likely have a winning head-to-head against Sinner. Anything's possible, or Sinner could too. We'll see. But anyway, I won't be shocked either way. But it could be one of those things like Novak basically only has one losing record. He only has one losing rivalry. It was to Andy Roddick at the start of his career. That could be Zverev could be the Roddick to Djokovic, but to Alcaraz. Serve from Zverev, out wide, backhand, the forehand of Zverev, forehand Carlos. Does he get that? Surely not. That goes out. Alcaraz at the Australian Open. Is it time to talk about it that maybe this isn't his event? Maybe this isn't his event. We'll see. Last year he got injured in the preseason. This year in quarterfinals he's played well, but maybe this is going to be an outlier major for him. We'll see. It's too quick to say that. I don't want to say that necessarily, but I want to put that thought out there to at least entertain it. That goes in the net from Alcaraz. 1-0 for Zverev. Very quick start for Zverev. Unbelievable. In fact, 13 games for Zverev and 4 for Alcaraz. Crazy. And Vesely, Kyrgios as well, right? 2-1. Wimbledon finals, the only match that Djokovic won against Kyrgios. Vesely, what, 2-0? That's hilarious. Vesely also took Vesely got Novak off of world number 1 as well a couple years ago. Zverev's playing well, but something does seem off with Alcaraz. Absolutely. I'm almost wondering if he's injured or something. Faison, you say he doesn't look physically hampered, but it's just like, what is happening, though? I don't have an explanation for it. I really just don't have an explanation for it, so I'm just, like, searching for one. So down the tee, that's a good one, 15 love. But, yeah, no physical signs yet, but it's definitely weird. I go to the restroom and come back to see this, Robbie. Yeah. The scoreline is absolutely shocking. I'm shocked. Crazy. By the way, major career so far. 0-7 Carlos when down 2 sets to love. Never come back. Zverev is 52-1 when winning the first 2 sets. Against Team in the U.S. Open final. That's the other one. That's crazy. Very easily figured out which one that was. That's a huge forehand from Carlos. You asked me, can Carlos come back? The answer is yes. It's the only time I've ever said that for a player who hasn't come back from 2 sets love down. But even before Carlos became the absolute top tier he did, this guy nearly did a 2 sets love comeback against Berrettini here 2 years ago, which, by the way, will probably give Carlos a little bit of confidence as well. Carlos, that type of player, man. He'll have 2 set love comebacks. Is it going to be today? We'll see. Kind of fake drop shot from Carlos. That goes out, 40 love. If he could find his range on the shot selection, if he could start making more first serves in, if maybe Zverev drops his level, maybe the like kind of a nervy thing from Zverev, like the route is there, but it's so difficult because Alcaraz is just playing very poor. Zverev is playing very well, but I'm sure there are people saying like this is over. Zverev's in the semis. I won't be that guy, but Zverev is the big favorite, and this is shocking. There's really no other way to put it. 40 love for Alcaraz. Kick serve, backhand Zverev, backhand slice, Carlos, draw. I don't know what that slice is. Right into the forehand. What is it? What is happening? His forehand and backhand are so not what they're... I will say this. Alcaraz's forehand and backhand are firing to 10% of what they usually are. Maybe 25%. I'm not going to give him anything above 25%. That's really how poor he's playing at the moment. I don't want to take flowers. Like, Zverev's playing well, but, I mean, come on. You know? Serve, that goes wide. Second serve from Carlitos. Absolutely shocking. Serve, forehand to Zverev, the forehand to Carlos. Down the line, that's a better shot, though. There you go. There you go. 1-1. 1-1. Of course, Carlitos can come back. Yeah, I agree. I think it just comes down to Alcaraz playing poorly and Zverev well. We're so used to Rafa, Roger, and Novak steamrolling people until the semis. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It just... I'm used to Carlos doing it too at this point. Like, I'm used to Carlos being the level, but yeah, I guess that's true. And Carlos only 20 years old. I mean, it's not like Carlos plays one bad performance and suddenly the hype all goes off him, but it's just shocking to me. Serve from Zverev. And by the way, when's the last time Carlos has lost straight sets at a major? So I don't expect we're going to see that. Carlos barely ever loses straight sets. So I would be shocked if we see that today. I'd be curious about that stat as well. The last time he lost straight sets at a major. He retired against FAA, Felix Auger-Aliassime, at the U.S. Open 2021. I reckon Medvedev at Wimbledon right before that. In a completed match, I would say that's probably the one. One of those two, however you count it. That would be his last ones. Forehand, that goes wide from Zverev. Love 15 for Carlos. We'll see if Zverev's level drops and if Carlos can kind of raise his. Love 15. Love 15. And Carlos, once again, he needs to get it to the forehand. He needs to stop with these weird shots. Like, he needs to play solid and play smart. And get hit with good depth as well. Because Zverev's ground strokes are really firing. He's playing aggressive, which is good for Sasha. That's good serve down the tee. 15 all. 50 tall, Medi U.S. Open. No, Medi was 4 sets. Wimbledon? Yeah, Medi at Wimbledon, yes. Medi U.S. Open was 4 sets, but it was... Medi at U.S. Open was something else. That was, in my opinion, one of the best performances of anybody in the last 3 years. My opinion, that just goes out from Alcaraz, 30-15. 30-15, because notoriously that's been a bad matchup for Medvedev, but for me, Medvedev played the best performance I've personally ever seen him play to really just dominate over Alcaraz. But yeah, that one was 4 sets. The last one, I think, was the last completed match that Alcaraz lost in straight sets at a major, Medvedev 2021 Wimbledon. Serve out wide, backhand to the backhand of Zverev. Cross court, that's in the net from Alcaraz. Alcaraz thought it goes long, but it's in. Something like mentally is off about Alcaraz. Like Hawkeye called that. He just has to go to the next shot. I don't know. Weird. It just doesn't feel like Alcaraz is dialed in. 40-15. This is shocking. Serve for Zverev. Forehand, that's in the net. 2-1. Zverev is playing very, very well, though. I mean, I'm not taking flowers away from Zverev. He's playing phenomenal, but Alcaraz is playing poor. Alcaraz is definitely a very good player in the other slams events. He'll win the French 2 one day. It's only a matter of time. Oh, Sam, I absolutely agree. I have him winning Roland Garros this year, but it's kind of weird. I'll be honest, Medvedev played the match of his life, but even in that match, I felt like Alcaraz probably could have done a little bit better. So, since Wimbledon at the majors, a couple poor performances, and it was after he played amazing throughout that whole U.S. Open event. So, if I'm being completely honest, he did look a little bit more off in that than he did in the matches prior to it. So, definitely on a whole nother level in this match, though. He is coming against two players that have been absolutely peaking, though. I mean, Zverev is definitely peaking at the moment. Not sure to the level of Medvedev. I'm not sure anybody can peak to the level that Medvedev was peaking in that match, but Zverev's peaking. Let me know in the chat, is Alcaraz coming back from 2 sets love down, or is Zverev winning? Do you believe in an Alcaraz comeback? Do you believe in an Alcaraz comeback? Let me know in the chat. What happens here? Who wins? Zverev in 4 sets, Zverev in 5. Alcaraz comes back, wins in 5. Let me know. Zverev in straights. Winning head-to-head for Zverev, it is 4-3. What is their head-to-head on hard courts? So their first 2 matches were on hard courts in 2021. Most of their matches have been on clay courts, or since 2022 anyway. They played 3 consecutive matches on clay courts. Since 2022, it was the U.S. Open ATP Finals. They're 1-1 on hard courts. It's 3-1 for Zverev overall on hard courts. The one time Alcaraz winning was the U.S. Open in straight sets. Complete reversal of that match here. Forehand the net from Alcaraz. Love 15. Alcaraz's forehand is in shambles. I mean, Zverev's playing well, but this is more Alcaraz than it is Zverev. And that's not a biased take. It's genuinely, Alcaraz is hitting so many unforced errors. It's kind of ridiculous. If Alcaraz was playing his game, this would at least be very close. Forehand chip, backhand Zverev, cross court. It's a good shot. Love 30. Love 30, upset alert. Yeah, I told you my prediction would have it bold and crazy, but accurate. Actually, you're a bit crazy, but you're bold, and I respect it. And that was a great prediction. I have to give it to you. I did not see this coming. By the way, when's the last time Alcaraz has lost? If Alcaraz loses this, when's the last time he's lost in like an hour and 45 minutes? That's the way it's going so far. Alcaraz needs to breathe. He needs to slow down. He needs to do something different. I'm curious to hear Alcaraz's press conference if this keeps going the way it is so far. 15:30. He's not out yet, but he wants to hold here to at least keep himself well alive in this. So Rawai back in Zverev, forehand of Carlos. That goes out. So many unforced errors. What is the tally up to? What is the tally up to from Zverev, from Alcaraz for unforced errors? This is crazy. Alcaraz unforced errors 23. It feels like it's much more than that as well. Hard to believe, for real. 2 break points for Zverev. Serve down the tee, back in Zverev. That's a good serve from Alcaraz. If he can at least hold here and keep himself close in the set. He can't be close, period, but close in the set. All right, once again, I'll be here till the last point in this match, doing play-by-play, a bit of a watch-along. I appreciate you guys. If you don't forget to subscribe, we'll be here for the semifinals and the finals as well. Don't forget to subscribe to Quality Shot Tennis if you're new. Please don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to hit 10K soon. We're trying to grow out the channel. It's going quick. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like the stream as well if you're enjoying it. That's a great forehand inside out. That's in the net from Zverev. Carlos, I want Carlos to believe. If Nadal could come back against Medvedev in the final from down 2 sets to love when Medvedev was in the form of his life, and he was down 2 sets to love at 35 after being out of the sport for 5 or 6 months, and he was down 2 sets to love, he was down 3-2. I mean, Alcaraz is a completely different player than Rafa, but if Rafa can do that, then Alcaraz can do this. Serve down the tee. That's a good serve. Better from Carlos. The crowd's trying to lift him up too. Advantage. I'm still completely puzzled by the first 2 sets, to be honest, but I guess Faison was saying in the chat it's true. We've gotten used to the big 3, and this guy's just 20 years old. He can't have a bad performance, especially at a tournament where he hasn't played very much. Still weird, but advantage for Carlos. Serve out wide. Backhand Zverev. The backhand slice of Carlos. Backhand Zverev. Backhand slice of Carlos. The forehand is Zverev. The backhand of Carlos. That's a bad error long again. Deuce. It's hard to watch. It's hard to watch. Yes, I do. Sasha was wiped from his 5-setter 2 days ago. Keep him on the court. Carlitos. Yeah, exactly. If they go 5 sets, Zverev has already played 2 5-set tiebreakers in this tournament, including against Cameron Norrie. That's a good point, Robbie. Yeah. He's been playing long ones. First serve is wide. But he'll want to hold here. I also don't understand why Alcaraz is playing so speedy. Surely he wants to take his time more than he is. Double fault, goes for a big second serve for no reason. It feels like Alcaraz is playing with 10% of the tennis IQ he usually has. Zverev and Medvedev, first time they play out a major, could be loading in the most shocking of fashion. Advantage for Zverev. First serve that goes out. Second serve. Breakpoint number 3 for Sasha. Big point. Serve. The backhand of Zverev. Forehand. The backhand of Zverev. Cross court. Backhand Alcaraz. Backhand Zverev. Just got to play stall. Keeping this point. He doesn't. He goes for a big shot. I don't know what. 6-1, 6-3, 3-1 is the scoreline. The disparity of the quality between these 2 players at the moment is very shocking. Very shocking. Alcaraz's serve needs some big work. Absolutely. It's crazy. Faison's so true. Yeah. Maybe he needs to tinker on the serve or figure something out. This is crazy. I mean, I thought his serve was looking good at Wimbledon. This is just a very poor performance all around. It starts from the serve. It's just so weird. 6-1, 6-3, 3-1. Alcaraz never loses in straight sets. It feels like this is a body double on the court at the moment. Hour and 30 minutes. Already Zverev is looking like he might on way to get to win this match. Very strange. Like I said, last time Alcaraz lost completed straight sets match at a major was at Wimbledon in 2021 to Medvedev. This is strange. The shot selection's all over the place. The serve is all over the place. The forehand is missing all the time. Forehand, the backhand of Carlos. And the backhand is not going down the line. It's only going back to that backhand. That goes in the ground from Zverev, 15 all. Just feels like Alcaraz hasn't woken up yet. How come Alcaraz's coach isn't there? Yeah, I guess Ferrero isn't there. I don't have the answer for you, but it's not good for Carlos. He definitely has more confidence with Ferrero there. Hey, what's up, Peaches? I can't watch this match. My nerves are on edge because I love both guys. All right, fair enough. Well, Zverev's doing well, so I haven't given Zverev enough credit for his on-court skills. I have to admit that. Yeah, that's true. I mean, the guy is very skillful. He's got a pretty complete game. Sometimes it's the mental side that can get the most kind of in the way, but his backhand is ridiculous the way he can get such easy angles on that shot. Sometimes I don't even understand how he's able to. He almost hits that backhand like most players hit a forehand. And it's definitely a complete game, and he is skillful out there. The volley's improved. Very, very weird. This is the most stunned I've been watching. I have been watching a tennis match for as long as I can remember at the moment. I'm sure that I've been more stunned, but it's taken me a while to remember while I've been watching. It's definitely up there. Forehand. The forehand of Zverev. Backhand Carlos. The backhand Zverev. Forehand Carlos. That's in the net. Alcaraz for the first time physically showing something. I don't know if it's like the mental just frustrated or if it was physical. 40-15. This is a very weird performance from Alcaraz. I just want some answers, to be honest. He's 20 years old, but this is a 20-year-old who's already been world number one. Won Wimbledon, beating Novak in the final. Is just so consistent. I mean, how many matches has Alcaraz lost in his career? How many straight sets matches has Alcaraz lost in his career? Very few. Shout out Zverev, though. He's playing a top 5 performance. I mean, objectively, Zverev is playing fantastic. Serving amazing, which is not letting Alcaraz really get any of much rhythm. That's in the ground from Zverev, 40-30. But, I mean, but Alcaraz has not shown up. This is where Ferrero would sort him out. Yeah, exactly. This is for sure. Ferrero would figure something out. Ferrero and Alcaraz have a great kind of coaching dynamic with each other. Even if it's not what Alcaraz wants, it's what Alcaraz needs. Ferrero knows what's up. He's just the perfect kind of coach there, but he's not there. Backing down the line. And not just for coaching, but just kind of like general, like emotional support. That goes out from Zverev. Can Alcaraz do a comeback? Deuce. It's, I don't know at this point. Not with the level he's brought so far. He'll need to step up about 10 times the game he showed so far. We're at deuce. Deuce. Serve here from Zverev. Serve out wide. That's a great serve. Forehand. Zverev. Oh, back. What is Carlos doing? Carlos had a backhand look at that shot, and he goes for another one-handed shot. It seems like this is a bad mental performance from Carlos. The shot selection is off. He's not really slowing down. He's smiling when he's losing. He's going quick. It's very strange. It's very strange at the moment. Honestly. Advantage, because listen, Zverev didn't hit that forehand great. Alcaraz goes for this very low percentage jumping one-handed backhand. Serve here from Zverev. Serve down the tee. Forehand Carlos. The forehand is Zverev. Back into Carlos. Cross court. The forehand is Zverev. Inside in. The forehand of Carlos. The forehand is Zverev. Down the line. Back at Carlos. In the net. 6-1, 6-3, 4-1 for Sasha Zverev. Let me tell you what it was at the U.S. Open, the quarterfinal, when they played. The scoreline now is 6-1, 6-3, 4-1. At the U.S. Open, the last major that was played. On hard courts, on outdoor hard courts. There's no major played on indoor hard courts. Last one played on outdoor hard courts. Last major played. Scoreline 6-3, 6-2, 6-4. Also one-sided. Guess what? Alcaraz won the match. It was Alcaraz in easy straight sets. It was very comfortable. Alcaraz played amazing. This is very, very, very strange. In fact, the last 2 times that they played on outdoor courts, outdoor clay in Madrid, Alcaraz won 6-1, 6-2. Outdoor hard courts, Alcaraz won 6-3, 6-2, 6-4. Everything about this is puzzling. Everything about it. We got here Sam. Yeah, what's up? What's up? But then again, I feel like this is his time. Lexi, maybe. Listen, this is Zverev's best slam result if he gets it since his win over Alcaraz in the quarterfinals of Roland Garros 2 years ago. Can't believe Carlos is playing like this. Very unlike Carlos. He doesn't even look injured or something. I agree. It's just shocking. I'm shocked. I'm completely and utterly shocked. What's up, Jeed? I don't know. What's up, Jerome? Yeah, Faison. I've been thinking that serve could use changes. Anything that comes to mind specifically? I'll say if anything specifically comes to mind as I look at a service game here, but I reckon there might be something on Alcaraz's mind, to be honest, interfering with his mind and focus, perhaps. To be honest, he might be on something, but we can't speculate about that because it's like impossible to speculate about, but maybe. It just seems like he's completely unfocused. Forehand, whatever it is, it's a strange performance. Forehand, that goes long from Zverev, 15 love. He needs to at least stay one breakdown. We know that, the way Zverev's serving. He doesn't hit spots enough. His motion is also quite clunky. Yeah, I'm going to look at his motion and pinpoint if there's anything specific, but this is terrible and nobody likes watching Zverev play tennis. What's up, Ghost? Lalisa, what's up? Z is just playing at his best. That's the truth of the matter as the moment. It's also just Carlos not playing his best, though, to be honest. You never see Alcaraz hitting weird shots like this and missing so many forehands, unforced errors. He's making very few first serves in the court. So Zverev's playing his best. So shout out to Zverev. He's playing well, but to me, Alcaraz not playing his best. That goes out from Zverev, and that's 30 love for Carlos. Pisha, Sasha deserves to win a slam. All of them, Carl has a slam, Medi has a slam. Of course, we don't know Noli is GOAT, so that's why I would like him to win. Importantly, he needs to win next match. All right, fair enough, Peaches. Yeah, let's see if Zverev can. I mean, he's definitely one of the best players ever to not win a major, no doubt about it. So we'll see if Sasha can. Very good player. He's beaten Novak in a few big finals. He's gotten so close to winning a major. 40 love for Carlos with a good serve out wide. A little bit better of a service game there from Carlos right here. Hear the word Z, it reminds me of zombie. Yeah, fair enough. Carlos is done now. We'll see. I never quite say done with a guy like Carlos. Now I think Medvedev versus Zverev can't happen. Yeah. First time they'd ever play in a major. I can't imagine the crowd covering their faces in disbelief. That's exactly what's going on, Lexi. They've showed a few now. Serve out wide, backhand, the backhand of Carlos. Forehand is Zverev, backhand of Carlos, sliced. Cross court, it's a great shot. Backhand Carlos, lob. That's finally Carlos Alcaraz on the court. We will see if it was only in that one shot. That was the first real Carlos Alcaraz point I've watched in this match. That slice cross court was amazing to kind of pull Zverev in and then a lob. That's the points that Carlos Alcaraz needs to play. Listen, this would be tough for Alcaraz even if Alcaraz was kind of near his best because Zverev's playing amazing and he's serving so well. But at this level, this would be outrageous. Learning curve this. Yeah, exactly with Carlos. I agree. Those Nike shoes look amazing. The Vapor Pros do look so good. I kind of want to try them. Yeah, I agree. 616362. Let's see. Sinner is very happy watching that. Yeah, exactly. I agree. I mean, because Sinner and Carlos are both difficult for each other. We're talking about Carlos being difficult, Sinner being difficult for Carlos. They're difficult for each other. So I think Sinner will be happy. But he needs to get through Novak first. So I think his full focus is on that, to be honest. Serve here from Sasha. Number 6 seed taking on the number 2 seed. And the number 6 seed is peaking. The number 2 seed is not playing like the number 2 seed. It's Zverev serving well. We'll see if he can maintain the level of his serve and maintain his focus and his level as he gets to the end of this match. Even in Roland Garros, I believe Carlos lost the first 2 sets in that match, and then he won the 3rd set. He was down in that match. He did well to get a set and get close. We'll see if Zverev can finish Carlos off. Carlos needs to make Zverev play, though. That was another unforced error off the return into the net. 15 love. By the way, guys, once again, don't forget to subscribe to Quality Shot Tennis if you're new. We're going to have the final as well. So join in for that. Join in for the semis, all of that. Anthony here on this call. Very weird performance from Carlos so far. Let's see if Zverev keeps up the level on the serve. Serve from Zverev. That goes out. Hits the tape and goes long. Second serve. Second serve here. Zverev serve. Just 1 hour and 40 minutes on the match clock. Serve, Zverev. That's a double fault. 15-all. Crowd cheers, by the way, loudly because they're trying to get anything for Alcaraz. Zverev, by the way, trying to get like a little bit of a jump in his step, by the way, which is a sign that he could be feeling a bit of nerves. Bit of a nervy double fault there. Medi versus Z will be a toss-up. I like Medi's chances. Yeah. Well, Medi's been the better Australian Open player, but we'll see if we get that match and what would happen. 30-15 for Zverev with a good serve. Man, this match is crazy. The first serve return, Carlos is so good at getting the first serves return and play, but this is just crazy. It's just wild. Looks like Carlos finally wake up now. We'll see. Anthony, who do you think will win the Australian Open? I said Novak before the tournament started. I'm sticking with Novak. Serve down the tee for in Carlos. But listen, especially if Carlos goes out, you have to think maybe Sinner versus Novak could be a big kind of match to decide the tournament. You never know. I don't want to underestimate Daniil Medvedev, who got so close to winning this tournament a few years ago. He got to the final of the U.S. Open, and he's a great hardcore player. He got to 2 consecutive finals here. I don't want to underestimate Zverev, who's playing phenomenal. He's going to be looking for his first major. Don't want to underestimate any of these guys. But on the women's side, Goff Sabalenka absolutely looking kind of like a final in a semifinal. In that one, we'll see. Sinner versus Novak could be something like that on the men's side. Although I don't want to say exactly like that because Medvedev is Unreal. On hard court, forehand cross court, forehand Zverev, the forehand of Carlos, hits the tape, goes over, forehand the net. That net cord is keeping Carlos in this game. We'll see if he can stay alive in this game, because then remember that net cord. Went just in. Sinner and Sasha. Imagine Federer joins Alcaraz's coaching team. That would be crazy. Federer on anybody's coaching team, that would be a huge win. Jannik should win the Australian Open. Yeah, I mean, I'm always rooting for Jannik. That'd be great for tennis as well, I think. Serve here from Zverev. Serve here from Sasha. Serve into the forehand of Carlos. Forehand of Sasha. The back of Carlos. That hits low. Forehand of Carlos. Back of Zverev. That is fantastic. What a backhand from Sasha Zverev. He gets the 5-2. I mean, Sasha is definitely peaking. Sasha's playing top 5, arguably top 3 level. In fact, I would say Zverev is playing top 3 level. I mean, you don't. What are the stats going into this? I just can't believe the scoreline. 6-1, 6-3, 5-2. A lot of it is Carlos. A lot of it is Zverev. A lot of it is Carlos. What is the stats so far? 18 winners, 29 unforced errors. 15 winners, 14 unforced for Zverev. The serve has been the really ridiculous thing. 87% of first serves in. 80%. Good nerve management as well on the first serve percentage, because Carlos's return can be scary to deal with on the first serve, and Zverev just making so many solid first serves, placing them well as well. Carlos going to serve to at least make Zverev have to serve this out, but look at this scoreline. This is just crazy. Just an hour and 43 minutes. Unreal. Hey, Robbie, appreciate the 10. Thank you so much for the 10. I appreciate it, Robbie, like always. Any and all donations always appreciated. They all go straight to me, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you joining in. Wonder what notes Gil Gross is cooking up right now. What notes Gil Gross is cooking up right now? Yeah, that's true. I don't know what's going on in Gil's head. At least if Jannik beats Novak in the semis, I'm going to root for him too. Yeah, for sure. It's bad for the sports. Zverev Sinner sucked at the U.S. Open. This is what Zverev does. He takes interesting players and forces them to be like him. Incredibly boring. We definitely got some people ruined against it for sure. Serve, backhand, forehand of Carlos. That goes out. Love 15. It will be Medi Djokovic in the final. Nole will lift number 25. Everyone will quietly look forward to his retirement so we can get some entering the final rounds of slams. Only Ghosty will say it. Fair enough. I mean, I like Novak. I want to see him stick around, but I definitely some more unpredictable would be good. I agree with that. I want new blood at the majors for sure. Back across court. It's a good shot from Carlos. Better shot from Carlos. 15-all. We'll see if Carlos can at least stay close. Sounds weird, but Alcaraz sitting down doesn't seem very fussed. No, I mean, that doesn't sound weird. That's a good point. That's a good point. Sabalenka versus Goff. I wish Sabalenka should win. She'll be very motivated to win. I think I have her winning. Case to be made. A champion of Djokovic's caliber. Tennis world is never seen as intriguing. I agree, Jerome. I agree. First serve goes long. Bro, Anthony, this game has been amazing, Akena. I mean, it's been amazing from the side of Sasha, but from Zverev, not as much. Sorry, from the side of Sasha. Zverev's been great. Alcaraz has not found his best level. Forehand Carlos. I mean, as a match, this hasn't been good, but Zverev's performance has been fantastic. And backhand into the backhand slice of Carlos. Drop shot. Zverev runs. Flick. Oh, that goes wide, though. Zverev was there. 30-15 for Carlos. 30-15 for Carlos. 6-1, 6-3, 6-2. I reckon Carlos holds here. What does fussed mean? Yeah, it's like UK lingo. I don't know what that means. Things like anger, like didn't seem very angry. Yeah, you'd hope you'd get fired up or something. Yeah, exactly. When the best goes, are we really getting the best? Yeah. As long as Novak stays around, at least he's getting he's forcing Alcaraz and Sinner to have to play at an all-time good level, which is really good for the next era of tennis, to have these guys be able to learn from him and be forced to get better. Back in Alcaraz, the forehand of Zverev. Back in Carlos, the back of Zverev down the line. That's in the net, though. 40-15 from Alcaraz. Zverev can get nervy at the last hurdles, and Alcaraz never gives up. Even in matches he loses, he never gives up. And he almost never loses in straight sets. I'm not counting this guy out yet. It's 40-15. Zverev's the big favorite. Plus means like bothered. Got you. The best, the subjective Djokovic is clearly the GOAT, but the best is debatable. You really jack for another Djokovic Medi final. The US Open is still in for you. Well, Djokovic is the GOAT. Well, I think Jerome means the best as in the GOAT. So, but I mean, I understand what you mean, Gus. You came prepared, your opponent too. Yeah, maybe it's Sinner Z in the finals. We'll see. First serve Carlos. Out wide, back in Carlos. 5-3. Yeah, I understand what you mean, but I like having Novak around. Maybe it's Synergy in the finals, Coco and Jang. Those would be great finals. We'll see what we get. Once again, guys, let's see what Carlos can do in this last game. Don't forget, subscribe Quality Shot Tennis if you're new. We will have the final as well. We have streams all year covering the tennis. It's 5-3 for Zverev here. He's going to serve it out in what's been a really kind of shocking, absurd match. I mean, Zverev, I think, has played at a top 3 level, but Alcaraz is not playing at a top 3 level despite being a top 3 player. 5-3. Serve from Zverev. Down the tee, back in Carlos. Decent return, back in Carlos. The forehand. Zverev, back in Carlos. Just got to play solid. Shot selection, forehand, inside in, forehand. Cross court, forehand to Carlos. Down the line, back in Zverev. Are we going to see the comeback for the ages? Because it's something with Carlos, you just don't want to count him out. But it is Zverev serving here at love 15. Let's see. I like Kyrgios' take on the GOAT conversation. Federer is like Michael Jordan, trailblazer, but Djokovic is, yeah. Well, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Love 15. Serve. The forehand to Carlos. Forehand to Zverev. Forehand Carlos. Back cross court to the forehand to Zverev. Cross court, forehand Carlos. Back cross court to that forehand. Forehand Carlos. Back to that forehand. Forehand, that's in the net. That was a nervy forehand from Zverev, and that was a good point from Carlos Alcaraz. Let's go, Carlos. Keep this close. Make this an epic. Love 30. Love 30. Let it be said, I haven't counted Carlos out. Even at this point, where I probably should count Carlos out. People can replay this moment in the stream and be like, I never counted Carlos out. I could see him with the win. But even if I can imagine Zverev still finishing this in 4 and 5, but he'll want to finish it in this game. Serve from Zverev, Carlos on the return. Serve down the tee, and he does. So he's just serving so good that it's hard to see that route forward for Carlos, but we'll see. Well, the same way in the latter quarter of Serena's career scoring when one player dominates, it doesn't matter their numbers and historical significance, but that's not Champ's fault though. Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Ghost. The unpredictability factor. I do agree Fed is way more exciting. Yeah, I think Nick also said Novak is Kobe and Rafael's LeBron and the other way around. 15-30. Zverev here at the line to serve. Serve down the tee, that's in. That must be in by like half an inch, but that's in. The crowd thought it was out. Let me see that. Yeah, right in the corner, literally like half an inch in. Less. But it caught the line. 30-all. Zverev is 2 points away. Zverev is 2 points away. He got to the major semifinal at Roland Garros last year. His first semifinal since that. But his biggest win since his comeback. The biggest win of his comeback by far. And his biggest win since his win over Alcaraz, the quarterfinals of Roland Garros 2022. That's a good return from Carlos. Backhand. Carlos to backhand to Zverev. Backhand Carlos. The backhand Sasha. Backhand Carlos. Cross court. The backhand Sasha. Forehand Carlos. What is he doing? That was this very weird shot. Forehand Carlos. Pass. Backhand. That's in the net. It was bad shot selection from Carlos, but he still gets it done though. 30-40 won the point, so I'm not going to pick on it, but Carlos kind of got way out of position. This weird kind of slice shot. Carving under it. But anyway, we're at 30-40. Carlos with the break point. See what Carlos can do here. Let's go, Carlos, to push this match further. Once again, guys, Anthony here on the call for Quality Shot Tennis. I'll be here until the last point in the match, whether it's in this game or if we have a couple more sets here. Zverev still trying to serve this out. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. And it's a serve from Sasha Zverev at 30-40. Zverev waiting for the crowd. Crowd making some noise. Break point here for Carlos. This is one of those points. Serve. Zverev. Forehand. Carlos gets a good return on it. Forehand. Carlos should put this point away. Inside out. Forehand. Volley. Drop volley. There's the bake from Carlos. Down, looking down the barrel. 5-4. It's not done yet. It's not done yet. Carlos smiling, which I still don't really like. He should look more frustrated than this. It's been a weird performance from Carlos. I would almost pay to see what's going on in Carlos's head throughout this match. But anyway, we're at 5-4. I almost wish Carlos would look more frustrated that he's down 2 sets to love, but I'm sure he's still confident for the comeback. All right, what we got in the chat? Let me know in the chat. What's your expectations from this match? Can Carlos do a comeback, or is Zverev about to finish it? Sorry, I don't speak this language, but I'm very curious. I'm very curious, Parth, Harry Potter. Fair. Alcaraz does bring such an exciting game. Yeah, Alcaraz has all the shots. Very exciting. Now, if Carlos had won, we might have had a chance at a Cincy-type final, which was awesome, but that clearly ain't happening. So we got 2 walls, Medi Zverev, and a pusher lighter robot Nole. I mean, I like watching Djokovic. Ghost, but for me, if you play tennis, I'm so impressed by a guy like Novak. Like, the impressiveness of a player also is a big part of it. So Nole, to me, the mental side of tennis, how he can get through so many close matches, and also just the effectiveness of him every shot is just unbelievable. It's almost machine-like. It's, as somebody who plays tennis, for somebody to really play like him, it's just so impressive to me to watch. So I like Novak, but I mean, everybody has different opinions. Finish C's. Come on, yeah, comeback starts now. We'll see. Carlos smiling because he knows it. This Zverev demolition is coming. Zverev's playing crazy. Big break. Can he keep it going? We'll see. Lexi, Robbie, Lalisa, we got everybody in the chat. Let's keep it going. Forehand. Carlos back to the forehand. Is Zverev. That's in the net. 15 love. The comeback is so on. By the way, guys, I started calling this from about 5:30 a.m. in the morning. I was up for that Medvedev match. I got a bit of a nap in, but I'm up here for this one. And I'm excited to call it, though. A bit of a late night for me. Early morning. Forehand from Zverev. The forehand of Carlos. Forehand of Zverev. The forehand of Carlos. Backhand Zverev. Cross court. The backhand of Carlos. Sliced. Forehand of Carlos. Inside. Forehand Zverev. Inside in. The forehand of Carlos. Forehand Zverev down the line. Backhand Carlos. Defending. So that's put away. Swinging volley. 15 all. Zverev is 3 points away. Zverev 3 points away from taking it. Hey, what's up, Ashley? Good morning. What's up, Ashley? Welcome in. Sam, Elisa. What's up? Very weird match so far for everybody just joining in. Zverev is absolutely peaking. He's been playing amazing off backhand, off forehand, defense, offense, serve. I mean, one of his best performances, probably post-comeback or pre-comeback. But the biggest story is Carlos, honestly. And how he's put up a very strange performance. The shot selection hasn't been there. The serve hasn't been there. Lots of errors. There's another one into the net. The mental performance has been strange. 15-30. Zverev is 2 points away from the match yet again. Once again, the scoreline at the U.S. Open, 6-3, 6-2, 6-4. Scoreline here, 6-1, 6-3, and 5-4 for Zverev at 15-30. And we could have 2 different champions of those matches. Crazy stuff. Serve from Carlos. That's well long. I am very curious about this Carlos Alcaraz press conference, I'll be honest. After the match. Serve from Carlos. Kick serve. Forehand Carlos. The backhand of Zverev. Forehand Carlos inside in. The forehand of Zverev. That goes long. Bit of a saving grace there for Carlos Alcaraz because that forehand... Zverev had a look at a forehand there. 30 all. 30 all. Not only has it been straightforward, like one-sided, it's been very quick as well. But it's 30 all. It's going to be either game point here for Alcaraz, who broke Zverev, or it's going to be a match point for Zverev. Can't overstate how big of a point this is. That goes long from Zverev. Better serving from Carlos, by the way, it feels like. Carlos is serving better in these last couple service games, which is a great thing for Carlos. That's a big thing for confidence, too. Having that serve to rely on, especially for a guy like Carlos who can struggle on the serve, that's a big thing for confidence. It's a big thing for confidence. 40-30. Having that reliable serve. Serve. Down the tee. Forehand Zverev. Forehand Carlos. Squash shot. Forehand Carlos. Forehand of Zverev down the line. That's a great shot. Backhand. Carlos defending. What shot? Backhand. Carlos going to be there. Down the line. Now we're seeing Carlos Alcaraz points. Carlos Alcaraz does have that look on him, though. Like he's ready for a comeback. He definitely doesn't look that nervous, which I don't know if that's good or if it's bad. Like Carlos kind of has the face of a madman. He's either a madman or a genius, but he definitely hasn't brought his best level yet, but he has picked up since he was down 5-2. He's picked up with his back against the wall. We're at 5-5. That was a great shot initially. I mean, the backhand to win the point was good, but the initial shot on defense to get it so low just over the net made a really tough volley for Zverev. 5-5. 5-5. Once again, guys, if you are new, don't forget to subscribe to Quality Shot Tennis, like always. And don't forget to like the stream if you're enjoying it as well. Serve here from Sasha. Man, this could be good as well. This could be good as well. The Hurkacz-Medvedev match was good. If this goes 5 sets. Long ways till then, though. Serve. Down the tee. Backhand of Carlos. Forehand of Zverev. The forehand of Carlos. Back cross court. Forehand of Zverev. Cross court. What a shot from Zverev. Sasha with an outrageous forehand cross court. 15 love. Zverev with an outrageous forehand. The most exciting thing about this match, the collective delusion we're silently sharing right now. I'm praying Alcaraz will make a miracle comeback. Yeah, that's true. What's up, JP? Always watching. What's up, JP? Good to have you in here. Watching from Facebook as well. Anthony, can I ask you one question if you don't mind? Yeah, of course. Always, whenever you have a question about anything, I'm very chill. I'll talk to you about tennis, about anything. Feel free to ask a question. I love chatting with anybody. A question or just like a comment. The more comments and questions, even about random things in the chat, the better. Trust me. I love a chaotic chat. What's up, Ashley? If he does mind, you probably shouldn't. You shouldn't ask. Zverev. All right, 30 love here for Zverev. Serve out wide. Back in Zverev. That crossed the net. Forehand of Alcaraz. Forehand Zverev. Back in Alcaraz volley. That's too good. 30-15. 30-15. Dios mio Z. I let down the 5-2C. Carlos the smiling assassin. That's what that smile was for sure. That means my God. Yep. Lisa, Sam. Appreciate everybody in here. Serve from Zverev. Out wide. Back return. That's in the ground, though. 40-15. Zverev to be one game away yet again. Keep him on the court, Anthony. Prolong this thing. I don't have control. I hope he does, though. Does Quality Shot have a Twitch stream or TikTok or any of that? We have a Twitch stream. Yes, we always stream to Twitch and Facebook. So you can join it there. Most of our viewers come from YouTube, but yeah, for example, actually right now we've got 49 from YouTube and 79 on Facebook. So Facebook stream's killing it at the moment. Love it. Appreciate it. Shout out everybody joining in on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube as well. Everybody who hasn't yet. Alcaraz finally getting some groove. Yes, hopefully it's not too late. We'll see. But it's very about 40-15, and he's still with the advantage. He's playing great. So we'll see how Alcaraz can step up. That's in the net from Alcaraz. This is going to be a very, 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 very important next couple of 15 minutes for this tournament. And this is going to be a very, very important game, I guess, obviously, because if Alcaraz loses it, he loses the match. But very important, and it's all on the back of Alcaraz to see what he can do. My YouTube says y'all got 61 viewers. Let me see. For me, I see 61 viewers, set 81 on Facebook. So I appreciate everybody joining in. Do you think it will be another comeback? I say Carlos wins the set. And it's not just like a hopeful thing or a crazy thing. Alcaraz doesn't lose in straight sets. Let me just put that forward. Carlos Alcaraz does not lose in straight sets. Last time Alcaraz lost in straight sets at a major was 2021 when he was 18 years old, when he had just turned 18 years old. Last time Alcaraz lost in straight sets, period. When was that? I mean, Alcaraz does it, I guess, against Djokovic at the ATP Finals, but he doesn't lose in straight sets very often. In fact, I have another statistic for you. Before October in 2022, Alcaraz did not lose a single straight sets match. I'll repeat that. Before October in 2022, that whole year, Alcaraz didn't lose a single straight sets match. Before October in 2023, Alcaraz only lost one straight sets match. That was to Morozov in that very strange kind of second round match in Rome. Alcaraz doesn't lose in straight sets. In fact, when's the last time Alcaraz lost in straight sets on outdoor hard courts? It's a good question. I guess in Beijing to Sinner. But the last time that Alcaraz lost in outdoor hard courts before that Beijing match against Jannik Sinner, it was in Winston-Salem in 2021. So this is an anomaly if Alcaraz loses in straight. So I say Alcaraz wins the set. We'll see. By the way, Alcaraz doing better on first serve. First two sets, 59% first serve points won. This set, 75%. So once it goes to a tiebreaker, the hopes are a little bit better for Alcaraz because tiebreakers, a lot of it's about serve, to be honest. Serve here from Carlos. It's getting fun, though, to call. Serve into the net. Second serve. Second serve, kick serve, backhand Zverev. The forehand Carlos. I mean, that's just this performance divine. Guy in the crowd with his head, with the just doing this. Guy in the crowd just doing this, just frustrated. That's how I feel too. And it's 15-all for Carlos at here. Zverev is 3 points away. It's been a weird performance. That's a forehand that Alcaraz would have made 10 out of 10 times almost any other match. 30-15. Yes, that's it, guys. Don't forget to follow. Don't forget to share, subscribe, like, all of that stuff. Appreciate everybody joining in on Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. And don't forget to do all of that stuff. Appreciate everybody on YouTube as well. Don't forget to sub to the channel. It's always the first time, Anthony. Yep. For sure. That's true. Backhand. Zverev, forehand to Carlos. Inside out. That's a good shot. There's always a first time for a two-set love comeback from Carlos, though. You never know. Just saying. It's unlikely, but just saying. Hey, what's up, Edgar? Is Alcaraz playing poorly or is Zverev playing God mode? Both. Zverev is playing some of his best tennis. Carlos has been playing very, very, very poor for Carlos Alcaraz in this match so far. A lot of unforced errors. The shot selection has been poor, but it's been a little bit better since he was down 5-2. Backhand, that's in the net. Okay, like always on Quality Shot Tennis, let me know in the chat who is going to win this tiebreaker, what's going to be the score. Whoever gets the closest in the chat, I will shout you out in the chat. Let me know who's win this tiebreaker, what's going to be the score. I'm going to say Carlos Alcaraz wins this tiebreaker 7-5. I'll go Alcaraz 7-5 in this tiebreaker. Let me know in the chat. But oftentimes, even when it looks like the other guy's cruising against Alcaraz, I remember a match against at Wimbledon that looked like Alcaraz was going to lose in straight sets to Jannik. He saves a few match points in the third set tiebreaker, wins an epic tiebreaker about 11-9 or 12-10 in the third set tiebreaker. So Alcaraz very rarely loses in straights. We'll see if he can pick up the level. Back in cross court will be tough against Zverev. But we'll see. He needs to pick up the level. Forehand, the backhand cross court, backhand slice, the forehand to Carlos. Drop shot. That's in the net. Very poor drop shot. The drop shot has not been there for Carlos Alcaraz. Drop shot hasn't been there for Carlos Alcaraz. I like your guy, Borges. Yeah. We have a Twitch that goes live to there too. Yes, exactly. Ghost, you're killing me. Yep. These are great guys. I know he played very well and brilliantly, especially at third set. Played good. Come on, Alki, make your fans happy. We got some Alcaraz fans in the chat. We'll see. Like I said, I know you're rooting Alcaraz. You picked Zverev for the upset. Forehand Zverev to the forehand of Carlos. Inside out. Backhand Zverev. Cross court. The backhand slice of Carlos. Backhand Zverev. Backhand to backhand. The backhand of Zverev should go forehand. He does, Carlos. Forehand Zverev. Forehand. Back to the backhand of Zverev, who's hidden in the back from the back so well. Backhand, the forehand is Zverev. Backhand, cross court, that's big. Forehand, inside out, that's an error. 0-2. I always say if you're going to go down a mini break, you want to do it on your first service point because Carlos will have 5 more chances to break this Zverev serve back, but still. With Zverev serving this well, that's tough. That's tough. Okay, 7-3 Alki, 7-4 Zverev, 7-4 Sasha, 7-0. Zverev 7-4, 8-6. Put the drop shot away. Couldn't do it there. He couldn't do it there. Alcaraz 7-3. No serious prediction for me. I already said Zverev to win this match. Let's see. Once again, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the Quality Shot Tennis YouTube channel if you haven't already. That's a good serve from Carlos down the tee. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube if you haven't already. Don't forget to like the video as well if you are new. 2-1 for Zverev. Don't forget to sub if you are new to the channel. 2-1. And don't forget to join for our streams. We'll be streaming the semifinal and finals matches as well. So make sure to join into those as well. It's going to be fun, including the Sinner Djokovic. So if you're from Sasha. 2 hours and 8 minutes on the match clock. He's up a mini break. Serve down tee. Forehand. Alcaraz gets it back. Backhand is very central. Forehand pass. Alcaraz gets it. He's got that forehand passing shot. There's some kind of almost mad, like a bit of a crazy demeanor about Alcaraz. He's just smiling through all of this chaos. Alcaraz just smiling through the chaos, and we're yet to know if this goes another set or if he loses in straights. But all through it, Alcaraz just smiling. He's cool. Alcaraz just smiling. He's good. Bye-bye, Alcaraz 7-3, 7-5. We'll see. Tiebreaker's advantage for big servers. That's true. Zverev could have the advantage in that way. Alcaraz serving better in the set, though. Backhand slice. That's a good shot. Backhand Zverev down the line. Forehand pass. 2 outrageous forehand passes from Carlitos. Carlos looks at his box. Let's go, Carlos. He's at 3-2. That is Carlos Alcaraz on the court. He wasn't on the court for a little bit there. He's shown up. Let's go, Carlos. The first serve percentage is higher, too, and he's up a mini break. And he's up a mini break at 3-2. Carlos with 2 outrageous forehand passes. Let's go. Let's go. Carlos, 3-2. Let it be said, even at 5-2, I didn't count Carlos out. 3-2. I've seen Carlos enough. I've seen enough. I'm not counting Carlos out yet. I've seen enough. 3-2. Carlos is, if he is going to get to the semis, he'd have the first 2 sets love comeback of his career, and what a comeback that would be. But we'll see. It is still Zverev with the big lead. Backhand down line. Zverev slips too. Oh, backhand volley. Carlos puts it away. A lot of people have flashbacks to that Roland Garros injury. Zverev is okay, though. It's 4-2 for Carlos. Carlos playing much better. Backhand down the line. Zverev asking, Alcaraz always very nice with the other players, by the way, asking Zverev if he's okay. It's 4-2 for Carlos. 4-2 for Carlos. Aki took laughing gas before the match. Hasn't worn off yet. Robbie, that's the comment of the match so far. He's smiling. He's laughing through all the chaos. Well, we don't know if he's genius or crazy, but he was down 6-1, 6-3, 5-2. By the way, Zverev falls on his back, and that's the best way to fall. Just a bit of a tip. I'm pretty sure this is right and that I can say this. I'm no doctor, but if you're going to fall, you kind of just want to fall on your back, even if it's very hard. Much better than like falling on your hands or something like that. It might hurt, but that's a better way to do it in terms of not getting a long sustained injury. And that's what Zverev did. Everybody in the chat, Sasha doesn't do well in tiebreak, I think. Hey, what's up, MJ? Yeah, sometimes it's mental, though. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's mental. Wow, we got over 100 people watching on the Facebook. I appreciate everybody joining there. I appreciate everybody on YouTube as well. We got over 80 people on the YouTube stream. Don't forget to like and share, and don't forget to subscribe as well on the YouTube channel. We'll be doing the semis and finals as well. So if you're Sasha, that goes wide. This is a fantastic contest it's turning to be. Every match in this tournament goes 5 sets. I guess it's in the cards, you know. This Alcaraz trying to make this the 34th 5-set match of the tournament. 34th. That would be 1 away from a record for most 5-set matches in a major. Backhand to backhand. Backhand slice Carlos. Trying to do a good comeback in the set alone. Backhand slice. The forehand is Zverev. Forehand Carlos. Of course he makes it. Carlos is smiling through all of it. I am as shocked at the level that Carlos has picked up out of nowhere as I was shocked at the level that Carlos was displaying for the first part of this match. Smiling throughout all of it. I don't know exactly what to think But whatever, it doesn't matter what I'm thinking. The scoreline is 6-2 for Carlos. He's got 4-set points. Absolute chaos in the quarterfinals of the Australian Open. Make sure to join in for the 4-set as well. I'll be here till the last point. It's fun. This is crazy. 6-2 for Carlos. What a comeback. Serve out wide. Forehand Carlos. Forehand is Zverev. Back in Carlos. That's big. Carlos. He's asking for the crowd to get up. An absolute roar from the crowd. Roar from the crowd. Carlos smiling through it all. I guess like always. Carlos has this kind of youthful exuberance about him. Always smiling. I was worried he didn't look so frustrated. Faison, you were saying it in the chat too, but you picked it up, huh? You picked it up, huh? We're going deep. Yeah, what a pass. Can't say it enough. That forehand was outrageous. It looked like he had no play even to get the shot because, listen, it looked like he needed to take 2 extra steps there. He was way out of position. He was way out of position to even get that forehand is ridiculous. Ridiculous, ridiculous, ridiculous. Like the stream, fans. That's it, guys. Don't forget to like the stream if you are new. Really helps out the channel. Don't forget to share, like, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube as well. His level has lifted big time. Anthony ain't getting no sleep. Exactly. Exactly, but whatever. I'm down. Is Alki going for the Grace comeback? The tournament? He's going for it. Is he going to complete it? We'll see. But Faison, it's on, my man. It's on. It's on 100%. This reminds me of their match at Roland Garros, by the way, which did, Zverev at Roland Garros, 6-4, 6-4, first 2 sets. Carlos played really well to win that 3rd set. Carlos was trying to get the 2-set left comeback there. In the 4th set, one of the best sets of the whole year that year. An incredible tiebreaker as well. Zverev versus Alcaraz at Roland Garros quarterfinals. And it was Zverev who won in 4 sets, despite Alcaraz trying to do an unbelievable comeback. So we'll see if Zverev can summon that out. That will give a little bit of relief to some people cheering on Zverev, but we'll see what happens. I'm disliking this, Maynor. Carlos, you freaking scammer. As a reward for doing the stream, I gift you Sabalenka versus Goff. Anthony, I'll do the other semi. Hey, Faison, I appreciate it, man. Sounds good. Faison, take the Coco match. We'll see. We'll see. I'd be happy to do that one, though. By the way, the medic is out for this for Zverev, by the way, on his foot or something. Not sure exactly what. Not sure exactly what. Zverev did fall there, but he looked fine when it was at 3-2. What a crazy, my goodness. It's not that he was down 2 sets to love Carlos. It's the fact that Zverev was playing 10 times Carlos's level. I mean, let's be perfectly objective and honest. Zverev was playing 10 times Carlos's level. He was playing amazing. And and then Carlos from 5-2 down, just he's down 2 sets to love. He's down a break. Zverev getting like every first serve he hits in the court, winning over 80% of his first serves against Carlos Alcaraz on the first serve. And then from down 5-2 completely just flips the switch. If this is the first 2 sets to love comeback of Alcaraz's career, it might also come to be his most impressive. Like this would be quite some comeback, knowing what happened in the first kind of hour and 40 minutes of this match. Really a flip of a switch, to be honest. Hey, Robbie, I appreciate another $10 donation. I appreciate the donation. Thank you, Robert. Robbie, you're a legend. This deserves another tip. Robbie, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. It's so crazy because I'm such a tennis fan at heart. I mean, I know people have noticed that I get pretty excited about the tennis. I'm a tennis fan at heart. I stopped playing for about 3 years. I stopped watching tennis. I stopped playing for about 5 years. I stopped watching tennis for about a year or 2. But man, I've been a fan of this sport so much since I was a kid. So to be able to do this is a lot of fun for me. So I'm just happy to do it. But I appreciate any and all donations. They do go straight to me. That's the problem. Maynor, she's just hard to read. You never really know what she's saying. Goes up there that Maynor Hirsch is a good name. Maynor, you are very forward, but appreciate you joining in. Go away, crap leader. I mean, listen, I like the energy though. We got some people rooting Zverev. We got some people rooting Alcaraz. We got some people rooting against Alcaraz. We got some people rooting against Zverev. We got the whole mix. I like the energy either way. Bring it on. Bring it on. That's a good thing about sports, man. I think it's great. I mean, listen, I don't like it when people go on the players' personal comments and say stuff, but just in these streams, yeah, bring it on. I like the energy. I like the energy for either guy. Yeah, guys, don't forget to subscribe if you are new. Don't forget to hit the like button. They are both free. They are both free. I won't charge. I'll charge on the next stream. Next stream, I'll charge. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to sub. Anthony, some stats for you. Alcaraz winners by set 2, 10. Wait, Alcaraz winners by set. Oh, 2, 10, 17. Let the man cook. All right, wait. Let's figure out the pattern here. 2, then 10, then 17. Okay, he went up 8, then he went up 7. So he'll go up another 8. So he'll have 25 winners in the next set. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, Ghost, too. Thank you so much for it, too. I appreciate all the donations coming in. I always like your energy, bro. Addictive. Hey, I appreciate it. Listen, I didn't even know I would get this type when I started watching. I knew that I was passionate. But anyway, it's fun. It's fun. The chat, I feed off the chat, too. I feed off the match. I mean, I definitely bring the energy, but the chat helps. I like it. I like it when I see stuff from the chat coming in. It's fun. It makes it way more fun. Makes it way more fun for me. The best times for me is when the chat is absolutely just popping off, asking questions, enjoying the match. I love it. Serve here from Carlos. Serve Carlos down the tee. Backhand Zverev, the backhand of Carlos. Backhand Zverev, the backhand of Carlos. The backhand of Zverev, the forehand of Carlos. Forehand Zverev, cross court, the forehand of Carlos down the line. Backhand Zverev, the backhand of Carlos. The backhand Zverev down the line. Zverev is still playing amazing, by the way, so this is not going to be easy. I did mention that 4-set match that Alcaraz played against Zverev. But like I said, can we just let it be known? I have people watching me. Let it be known. Alcaraz doesn't lose in straight sets. If you ever think Alcaraz is going to lose in straight sets, just think again. Like, Alcaraz doesn't lose in straights. You know what I mean? He just doesn't. Alcaraz, drink water. You're thirsty. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Lily. So you're probably right, to be honest. Predictions, people, 6 Rocket. Yeah. Let me know your predictions in the chat, and I will drink water. Let me know your predictions in the chat. I actually don't know. That's what makes this 4th set so fun. I have no idea. This really reminds me of their match at Roland Garros. It's very similar. Zverev 6-3, probably. What's their head-to-head? 4-3 for Zverev. 2 of those matches were in 2021, though. 2 very straightforward wins for Zverev. By the way, Alcaraz's first serve is a let, and it's getting really close here, so we'll talk about that in a second. But close moment here already to start off this 4th set. Love 30. Serve the forehand of Zverev, forehand of Alcaraz, inside out, backhand Zverev on defense, 15-30. Alcaraz trying to push this to be the 34th 5-set match of the tournament, which is absolutely outrageous. Listen, you play 127 matches throughout a Grand Slam tournament. 127 matches. 33 of the matches so far. 33 out of 123 matches so far have been 5-set matches. That is outrageous. That is outrageous. The record is 35. We have had 33 in this tournament so far. 35 at the 1983 U.S. Open. Second most 2021 U.S. Open. I remember that well. Drop shot. That's better. Oh, Zverev gets it somehow. Not called double bounce. Did Zverev get it? I thought for sure it was going to double bounce. That's good speed from Zverev if he did get it, 15-40. Alcaraz was right from the net, so I'm sure he would have called it out if he didn't think Zverev got there. So I guess he did. Let me see this again. Well, I don't know why they're showing this from the highest possible perspective. Fantastic athleticism there from Zverev to slide into that shot. Yeah, he did get it. That was an outrageous get from Zverev, and then good hands and good reactions there. Very good. Edgar, how old are you? I'm 23. 23. Been watching tennis, professional tennis since 2008. First match I ever watched was the Gasquet versus Murray Wimbledon match in 2008, where Murray pulled off a 2-set love comeback versus Richie Gasquet. That was the first match I ever remember watching. And yeah, I am 23. 7-5 Alcaraz. Okay, I'm going to go Carlos too. That's my gut feeling. Serve down the tee, forehand Zverev. Back at Zverev. Back at Carlos. Forehand Zverev. It's a break point for Zverev. Break point number 2. Back and rally. Forehand Carlos. Backhand Zverev. Backhand Carlos. Backhand Zverev. Backhand rally. Backhand to the forehand of Zverev. Forehand Carlos. Oh, he misses that wide. That's not a good start for Carlos. He did well to get into to come back, but man, first game already, still not the best performance from Carlos. Very strange. Guys, not even 50 likes. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like the stream if you're enjoying it. What are we doing with likes so far? I haven't even looked at it, to be honest. What are we doing with likes so far? I'm going to wake David up. Wait. Okay, fair enough, Lexi. Anthony is the exact same age as Seb Corda. Like Sebby, Cordy has a much better chance to win a slam. Snap, got him. Yeah, I'm winning a major, for sure. Yeah, I'm right in that range. Yeah, guys, don't forget to like the stream if you're enjoying it. Yeah, we're just at 27 likes on the YouTube. Don't forget to like if you're enjoying it. Let's go big. Let's try to get 40 likes by the end of the stream. I've already had that a few times on streams for the Aussie Open. Let's try to get to 40 likes. Appreciate everybody joining in so far. Yeah, Anthony can win the US Open. I'll win Wimbledon. All right, face on. We'll join up. We'll do doubles too. We'll do doubles and we can win a major together. But I'll beat you in the US Open final though, face on. I'm taking it. What a return from Alcaraz. Leave Corda alone, Ghost. Fair enough. David is missing this craziness. Exactly. Anyone who like Anthony? Yeah, I appreciate it, Lisa. You're slower this year? No, by a long shot. Even on an eye test, you can tell it's slower. I'm going to go Alcaraz too. I say he comes back. Also, that's my gut feeling. I'm going to go. It's funny because my head kind of says Zverev, but my gut feeling and my heart kind of go Alcaraz. Like, gut goes Alcaraz. So I'm going to say score. That's a forehand in the net from Zverev. A couple of poor service games to start off the set from either player. And I'm going to say 6-4 Alcaraz. 6-4 Alcaraz. 6-4 Carlos. Savageness from Ghost, but it's true. Oh, it's on Anthony. No, for real, it would be so fun to like you, me, and David to like play tennis against each other. It would be abysmal, probably. Like, but for us to play tennis, that would be great against each other and to put on the channel or something. If I ever travel, Wimbledon's my favorite tournament. It has been since I was a kid. So if I ever travel down to the UK for Wimbledon, we're definitely going to do a match. There's no doubt. I'm not taking it easy either. So you better bring your best game. Bring your best game, Faison. How come Bublik didn't play here? Bublik did. He lost in the first round to Indian player Nagal. If tennis streaming had slams, Anthony would need to build a bigger trophy room. Ghost, I appreciate it. Serve from Zverev, the forehand of Carlos. Forehand Zverev. The back of Carlos. Cross court. That's a great shot. Carlos Alcaraz with an absolute bullet cross court. Are you kidding me? 15-40. Hell yeah, Carlos Alcaraz. 15-40. 2 break points. To be honest, we all play Anthony, David, me, Ash, Pat would be great. Adelize as well. Anthony, I will ace you, I promise. You only got more aces than I will. Your serve is better than mine by a long shot. Faison, I've seen the serve. Your serve is very good. My serve is my biggest weakness, so. I have the speed though. I'm fast, but I don't have a serve. I'm a super fan of Murray. But yeah, we all play. That'd be awesome. A doubles match, all 4 of us. Definitely. I'm manifesting it. We'll get that going at some point. I'm manifesting. I'm a super fan of Murray during his peak. Yeah, I've always loved Murray. And he retweeted my tweet on Twitter the other to end last year, which was crazy for me because Murray is the top 5 favorite player for me ever. And since I was a kid, people used to say he was boring. I never understood it. I never for the life of me could understand why anybody would say watching Murray is boring. Just the same way I can't understand why anybody would say watching Medvedev is boring. Like, or Casper Ruud, for example. Like, these are guys who are so talented and so creative out there. Backhand cross court. Alcaraz with the break point. Backhand Carlos. The backhand of Zverev. Backhand Carlos. Slice. Short. Backhand Zverev. Backhand Carlos. Pass. Forehand. That's in the net. Carlos breaks back. Carlos with another smile, and he's got that face like he's digging deep. 1-1. This is getting good. LOL. It will be like Rounders versus Schwartz. All right. I mean, come on. Hey. Listen, I don't know. I don't know if we could go that far in either direction, but Breaking Bad. Lexi, yeah. A break back. That would be entertaining. We'll definitely do a match. No doubt about it. Nobody's beating Big Cat Face on. He's a monster. Thing of childhood nightmares. He'll dominate. I talk myself up big. I'm not going to lie. I talk myself up. Been watching your shorts. You can flat out hit some missiles when you want to. That's true. That goes out. 15-love for Carlos. He's got the lead now in this set. Carlos Alcaraz has the momentum. That's almost amazing to me to say. But Carlos Alcaraz has the momentum. 15-love. 15-love. Number 6 seed taking on the number 2 seed. We didn't think that we would get a contest here at all, which was very surprising. But now we're getting one. Alcaraz has dug deep. Forehand Zverev. Back into Carlos. The back into Zverev. Forehand Carlos. The back into Zverev. The forehand to Carlos. Cross court. The forehand to Zverev. Just over the net. Back in Carlos. The forehand to Zverev. The forehand to Carlos. Cross court. That's a great angle. Alcaraz's level has picked up a lot. Back in cross court. What a backhand down line from Zverev. Rally of the match. Forehand. Zverev to the back to Carlos. Cross court. It's like that Axie Sampras rally. Corner to corner. Forehand. Cross court. Forehand of Alcaraz. That's a great shot. Cross court. His whole box stands up. There are cheers all around. There was no between the leg shot, but 23 shots of incredible depth all over the court from both. Both players playing incredible tennis, and Alcaraz, Carlos Alcaraz getting it done. That was initially an incredible forehand angle out of nowhere. Then the backhand down the line from Zverev. I mean, listen, this was ridiculous. Both players running all over the court. Zverev for all the way at the back of the court. He was playing that point like Medvedev, way behind the baseline. This is crazy. Forehand to Carlos. Back cross court. The forehand is Zverev. Forehand to Carlos. Forehand is Zverev. Back in Carlos. Cross court. That goes out. 30-15. Grr, wait for me, boys. Be right back. All right. We'll do. I like competition. You guys can make it happen. Get us big enough to get the funds to do an annual QualityShot tennis retreat where we record a round robin tournament. Huh? Yes, for sure, guys. We got to get this to happen. Absolutely. Absolutely. We'll figure something out. 3-15 serve here from Carlos. I mean, just me and Eliza, if you're talking about Eliza, there's a good chance that we could probably meet up at the U.S. Open. So, well, we could probably play. Find some. It's very hard to find courts to play in New York, but we could probably do that. I'd have to wait for Eliza to say yes, but yeah, that'd be fun. But yeah, we'll figure something out. Jesus, is Carlos going to make this comeback? He really could, Ghost, I'm telling you. Casper is nice, but he's born to watch, to be honest. That's fair. I mean, everybody has their own opinions. I love watching Casper play. Can you rent our center court Wimbledon? Yeah, rent out. Get everybody fund us to get center court Wimbledon. Yeah, and me and Ash play at the same club. Yeah, there you go. Well, you and Ash, and then, yeah, I guess me and Eliza. But if I ever come down to the UK, I tell you what. Forehand, that hits the tape. That goes out. 2-1. I mean, listen, Eliza, if we're talking to Eliza as well Eliza's originally from the UK. So I reckon that she might come down to Wimbledon at one point and we could like coordinate. And then it would be you, Ash, me, and Eliza, and then maybe even David in there. And then maybe we could figure something out, you know? Who knows? But yeah, it's pretty cool face. I didn't know that. Shaquille O'Neal says, are you not entertained? The unpredictability factor, I love it. Medvedev versus Hurkacz had an absolutely outrageous shot. Had an absolutely outrageous match in their quarterfinal. Dare I say, one of my favorite matches I've seen in a long, long time. It wasn't always like the most perfect level from both throughout. Both guys, but it wasn't always so clean. But both guys were just hitting so many different. There's so many rallies throughout the match. Both guys were doing so much strategy and variety, and it was. Hurkacz and Medvedev aren't always thought as two skillful rallying players, sometimes more like big serving guys, or even Medvedev not always thought as the most flashy player even from the back of the court. But Like, these two guys played some of the most outrageous rallies and strategy. Medvedev returning right at the baseline, which, by the way, I wonder if he's going to bring that into his match against Zverev or against Alcaraz, especially against Alcaraz, where he'll probably want to figure out something new. In Indian Wells, Medvedev returned from the baseline against the Alcaraz serve a lot of times. He was doing okay, but it just looked like he didn't have enough practice with it. I'm wondering if Medvedev was almost practicing for the Alcaraz matchup from being right at the baseline. You know what I mean? She comes down for Christmas. Oh, yeah, there you go. We could probably do an indoor tourney. David will be able to, I'm sure. Let's sort it. Yeah. No, listen, I'm down. I'm down. I mean, I don't know if Christmas time, but maybe at some point. We'll figure something out. Yeah. We'll figure something out. Love 15. Love 15. Zverev serving. Carlos really trying to get this comeback done. I said it before. 2 years ago, the closest that Carlos Alcaraz has done to his two sets to love comeback against Matteo Berrettini in that 5th set. And listen, he's close here to his first 2 sets to love comeback. 8th time in his career he's been down 2 sets to love, which is kind of ridiculous in itself. That it's only been 7 times before this. That goes out. But listen, here's the thing, though. Both guys will get a good, in my opinion, this is my opinion, as somebody who kind of tries to analyze the moment and the matches and tries to kind of commentate these matches. This is my perspective. That Roland Garros quarterfinal match, for anybody who watched it, is almost eerily similar to this match. Almost eerily similar. Zverev played one of his absolute best matches. In fact, I said at the time, I still think that was the best match I've ever seen Zverev play. I would say even now, this one might overtake it now. But Zverev played absolutely sensational. Alcaraz didn't bring it like we expected him to, not quite to the level of the first 2 sets, the low level of the first 2 sets. But by the way, 30-15 for Zverev, doing well on serve. Good service winner there. But that will give confidence for Zverev to know that, okay, Alcaraz managed to come back in the 3rd set, win the 3rd set from down 2 sets to love, and then pulled it out in a 4th set tiebreaker. And Alcaraz will get confidence from the fact, or not confidence, but he'll get a little bit of a good boost in the mental game from knowing, okay, I got close the last time, and say, okay, I'm going to do it one more step now. So I think both can benefit from knowing that match happened in the past. Serve here from Zverev at 40-15. 1-2. 1-2, 40-15. This has been an outrageous match. 6-1, 6-3, 5-2. Zverev winning 80% of his first serve points. And Carlos playing just terrible level for him, to be honest. I mean, that's just objective. And then out of nowhere, flips the switch, breaks Zverev back, and wins the set. Outrageous. And now we're at 2-2. Zverev wins the first game of the set, ends up a break. Alcaraz trying to do an absolutely outrageous comeback. 2-2. But yeah, I would say that this is up there. The best 2 matches I've ever seen Sasha Zverev play have been 2 major quarterfinals against Carlos Alcaraz. Today's match, and also that Roland Garros quarterfinal. Zverev won that in 4 sets in a 4th set tiebreaker when Carlos was trying to come back from 2 sets to love and nearly did it. So Zverev will get confidence from that. I'll say it for the last time, or probably not, but I'll say it with just one more time. We have had 33 5-set matches in this tournament. This could be a 34th. The record is 35, so we're getting close. We've only got 4 more matches left for to be able to get that record. But we've had a lot of long, epic matches on the men's side. Yeah, we still have Alcaraz, Sinner, Djokovic, and Medvedev still in the tournament. Forehand Alcaraz, inside out to the backhand slice of Zverev. Forehand Alcaraz, inside in, forehand is Zverev. Forehand Alcaraz, drop shot. Backhand slice runs. Backhand smash Zverev. That's going to be too good. Good shot from Zverev. 15-all. 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 I have said before, this is something that this is like kind of a shower thought that I've had before in the past. Zverev doesn't always have like the most like kind of all-time epic matches. In fact, For me, at least in my opinion, I struggle to think of an all-time kind of epic match with Sasha Zverev. He doesn't have a lot that are absolutely peak level matches, but Zverev consistently plays very tight matches against everybody. He might have the highest percentage of playing tight, long matches against players. And kind of, I don't know if you'd call them epics. They're not always epics, but just like kind of longer, deep matches against players. That can be good matches. So, like, he has a high percentage of them. But in terms of peak top tier matches, not usually with Zverev. This one is turning out to be very good now that Alcaraz has raised his level, though. 30-15, 2-2. Alcaraz doing much better on serve. In the first two sets, he was winning 59% of his first serve points. So far, he's won. Now he's winning about 75% plus. Very, very good. Very, very good. Incredible. I mean, Alcaraz making 93% of his first serves in the court. That's in the net from Zverev, 40-15. Flip of a switch from Carlos Alcaraz. I'll tell you what, it starts from that smile that he's always showcasing and showing around. That smile that he always has on his face. That, listen, Carlos is fearless, man. I mean, he's probably not, but he's brave. And that's what it takes in a tennis match. He's brave. He's trying to do a 2 sets love comeback here. I had the gut feeling I absolutely need to commentate this match. I'm so happy I did because it's turned out to be great. I'm happy I stayed up for this. Serve, that goes long. It's a second serve for Carlos here. Second serve for Carlos. Late night in Melbourne. Absolutely late night in Melbourne. For Zverev, that's in the net. 3-2 for Alcaraz. All right, guys. I'll be back for this 3-2 game. I'll be right back in a minute to call the rest of this. Be right back in a second. All right, back for the call. It's 30 left here for Zverev on his serve at 2-3. 2 hours and 42 minutes on the match clock. Anybody just joining in, it was a very kind of quick first couple of sets. It was seeming like it was going to be a quick third set as well. Alcaraz down 5-2, playing very poorly. Zverev playing one of the best matches he's played. Phenomenal serving and just all-around game. And then Carlos with an incredible comeback just absolutely lifts his game. How we're used to seeing with Carlos, and we'll see how this 4-set goes. It's gotten really compelling. Serve out wide. Forehand. Carlos. Cross-court forehand. Carlos, what a shot! That is an amazing forehand running cross-court. Listen, that running forehand isn't always that great for Carlos. It's not like Sinners, but that was a great cross-court forehand there on the run. Please press the like button, people. There are a lot of people have asked about not doing it. Yes, guys, please don't forget to like. Come on. Don't forget to like the stream if you enjoyed it. Listen, I barely gotten sleep overnight. I was watching the Hurkacz match up till 2 in the morning. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sleep. I'll commentate this Zverev match. I took like an hour and a half nap. It's probably not healthy, but this is the sleep schedule I'm on with Australia. I slept in late yesterday. But yeah, don't forget to like if you're enjoying it. And don't make sure to come back for more. Back and volley put away from Zverev, 40-15. I'm on Australia time zone. Anthony, what about the Z Hurkacz Bachelor of the United Cup event? That was good. Yeah, Zverev versus Hurkacz was really, really good as well. Zverev saving 2 match points. Very, very impressive. To lead Germany into the title for sure. Very good match. Hurkacz should have been a little bit more assertive on the match points, but Zverev did very, very well. Yeah, we've had some great matches already this year. Sonego Alcaraz was great earlier on the men's side. The match that we had between Medvedev and Hurkacz. On the women's side, we've had so many good matches. It's a good service game from Zverev. It's 3-3. And yeah, guys, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe to Quality Shot Tennis as well if you're enjoying it. We're trying to hit 10,000 subscribers. So don't forget to subscribe if you are new, if you haven't already. I won't forget that because Hurkacz won it team. Because Hurkacz won. Yeah, you couldn't put it away from Poland. Couldn't put it away from Poland. 3-3. Alcaraz back the line. This has gone so tense and so crazy. If this goes to a 4th set tiebreaker like that match at Roland Garros that I've mentioned, that would be absolutely crazy. Like, I don't know how I'll even be able to watch because that would be Alcaraz trying to push a 5 sets, Zverev trying to finish it off. That would be hugely compelling. And it looks like we're going to get there the way both guys are serving in this set so far. At least since the first couple games. Serve from Carlos. Down the tee. That goes long. Second serve. Does Carlos have this in him? Yes. Is Carlos going to be able to do it? That's a different question. Serve. Down the tee. Forehand Carlos. That's a great shot down the line. 15 love. 15 love. Hey, what's up, Lalisa? Good to have you. Good to have you. Lalisa, who are you pulling for? Actually, I remember you were saying Zverev. Zverev couldn't have put away the 3rd set, but we'll see what he does in the 4th set. Carlos with the good forehands. Carlos's forehand was like so weird in the first couple sets. It's really picked up now, which is so good. 30 love for Alcaraz. It's 30 love for Alcaraz. 30 left for Carlos. Like I said, the last match that they played was at the ATP Finals, where Zverev won in 3 sets. That was indoor hard courts, though. The match before that was their U.S. Open quarterfinal, which was 6-3, 6-2, 6-4 for Carlos. Oh, drop shot. Luck from Carlos because that hits the tape and just goes over. Spanish fans happy in the crowd. 40 love. I'm definitely getting a bit sleepy now, but the match is going to keep me up because it's very exciting. The match is going to keep me up because it's very excited. Any questions or kind of chat or comments that you have in the chat about this match or about tennis overall, feel free to leave in the chat. Keeps me awake, and I love talking with the chat. Forehand, the backhand slice is Zverev. Backhand slice of Carlos. That goes out. 40-15. 40-15. (40-15). Forehand Zverev, that's in the ground. By the way, it's a late night in Melbourne. What exactly is the time in Melbourne right now? Melbourne time. It is 1 a.m. in Melbourne. 1 a.m. in Melbourne. Yeah, first set, by the way, was 29 minutes. When's the last time you've seen Carlos Alcaraz lose any set in 29 minutes? That's pretty absurd. Anthony thought he'd have an early finish, Sean. Yeah, exactly, Sean. What's up? Man, it's tough. It's tough out here. It's tough in these streets. I thought I'd be out here early. I thought I'd be out early, but nope, not yet. This is a good match, though. I'm not gonna lie. I did love that Zverev Alcaraz match at Roland Garros. That was probably the most I've enjoyed a match that Zverev has played, I think. Because it was compelling. Because Alcaraz really trying to go for a 2-set love comeback, and Zverev was playing a very high level. Pulled out the 4-set tiebreak. Very similar match in our hands here. We'll see if it's the same story of Zverev in 4 sets or not. Let's see what we got in the chat. We got Sean Power. We got Lalisa. We got Lexi. Don't be afraid if I say your name. It's all good. Robbie. We got Faison here in the chat. Ghost. Got who else? Lexi. We got Edgar. Edgar, what's up? What's up, everybody in the chat? Everybody joining in. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate y'all. By the way, tomorrow's matches, Yamstremska taking on Zhang is going to be fantastic. And then Goff Sabalenka, man. Those are good. Those are really good. 15 love here for Zverev on his serve. Let's see if Carlos can do a comeback. I'm in a comeback kind of mood. Let's see a comeback, you know? Serves Zverev. Down the T, forehand Alcaraz. The forehand is Zverev. The forehand of Alcaraz. Cross square. There's no angle there, though. I don't know why he went for that shot. Even Alcaraz can't find an angle there. I think that was literally impossible. 30 love. He was standing middle of the ad side, and he tries to hit a perfect forehand cross-court winner, which makes literally no sense geometrically. 30 love for Zverev. Serve out wide. Alcaraz forehand. The forehand is Zverev. Back in Alcaraz. That goes long. Good eye from Zverev. Alcaraz, by the way, absolutely furious. Zverev absolutely furious. Alcaraz absolutely furious that he missed that backhand that badly. Boo, not you, Anthony. You're amazing. I appreciate it. The boo is for Alcaraz. Okay. 40 love. Zverev trying to hold to be 2 games away yet again. He was 1 game away for 3 games in the last set. He's trying to be 2 games away yet again. This is about to get fun. I tell you what, this is about to get fun in this at the end of this set. I mean, if we go 5, the 5th set could be interesting, but take in the end of this 4th set because this is about to get real compelling real quick. Alcaraz trying to do something here. Back across score. That's big. 40-15. I think listen, hot take. I think the end in a 5-set match, I sometimes think the end of the 4th set is a highlight of the match. Like a good old 4-set tiebreak. Like that's just crazy. Like a good old 4-set tiebreaker like Nadal versus Federer at Wimbledon 08. Djokovic, Wawrinka, Australian Open 2013. Borg, McEnroe, 1980 Wimbledon. Like those are crazy. So sometimes the 4th set, then the 4th set. That's crazy. Sometimes that's one of the highest levels of the match. Love a 5th set too, though. Backhand drop shot, slice forehand. Zverev runs in, open court. Alcaraz puts away, 40-30. Alcaraz puts away, 40-30. Could Alcaraz climb out of a 40 love hole here? Let's see. Can he climb out of a 40 love hole? This isn't going to be the longest match of the tournament. The first 2 sets need to go longer for that to be the case, even the 3rd set, arguably. But it might be an epic 5-setter or an epic 4-setter. It's been good starting from around 5-2 Zverev in that 3rd set. Forehand to the backhand of Zverev. Backhand Alcaraz. Backhand of Zverev. Backhand rally. Backhand Zverev. Backhand of Alcaraz. The forehand is Zverev. The forehand of Alcaraz. The forehand is Zverev. Backhand Alcaraz. Down the line to forehand of Zverev. Forehand Alcaraz. The backhand is Zverev. Backhand slice Alcaraz. Forehand Zverev. Long rally. Long rally. One of the longest of the match. Forehand cross court. That goes long. Alcaraz with a chance in the set. Alcaraz, he loves the best of 5. He loves the major. He loves 5-set matches. Listen, Alcaraz, by the way, in 5-set matches, he's only lost one 5-set match in his career so far. He is 8-1 in 5-set matches. The one match that he's lost in 5 sets was when he was outside the top 30 in the world playing Matteo Berrettini, who had just reached the Wimbledon final. And he was playing Berrettini, and he was down 2 sets to love, and he came back from 2 sets to love and pushed that to 5 sets, and pushed that to a 5th-set tiebreaker, playing amazing. And this is before Alcaraz really broke through to the top. So that is the only 5-set loss that Alcaraz has had. Alcaraz in 5 sets to this point, unbelievable. He always picks it up at the last set, always, which is such a good sign and almost unprecedented for a player this young. It really is unprecedented for him to be this good in 5 sets this young and so pitch perfect. Forehand Alcaraz, how does he get that? No way. No way. What a get that. I thought that was impossible. Drop shot, backhand, Zverev, forehand Alcaraz on stretch. How does he get that too? He gets that. That's in the net. Alcaraz was some of the best gets of the whole tournament. Zverev puts his fist up, but Zverev, put your fist. Zverev, put your fist down. Zverev, put your fist down. Everybody's clapping for Alcaraz. Those gets were ridiculous. Those gets were insane. Alcaraz all over the court. I literally thought that first get was impossible. Zverev leaves it. I thought it was going wide. It goes on the line. Drop shot. Backhand down the line. Alcaraz an amazing stretch with great pace on it, and then almost gets the last one too. Alcaraz is so quick, man. Zverev gets it done though, and he's trying to climb out of this game. He saved a break point. Say break point, like say, I mean, put your Alcaraz doing the workout here. Forehand, backhand, down the line. The level has picked up, and not only has it picked up, we're watching top 3 level from both guys. And that's why I'm so excited about this match as it got. Because Zverev was at top 3 level. Alcaraz is himself, and now he's top 3 level. You better believe it. That backhand down the line might be the shot of the match so far. Alcaraz, he's in this. Deuce, 3-4. Once again, guys, don't forget to subscribe to Quality Shot Tennis if you are new. If you are new, don't subscribe. If you're not subscribed already, what are you doing? We'll be here for Goff Sabalenka. We'll be here for Sinner Djokovic and the major finals as well. Serves Zverev. Out wide. Forehand. Alcaraz hits the tape, goes back to the side. It's advantage to Zverev. Put your hand down, Robbie. Yeah. Come on, Carlos. That's it. Carlitos. Go away. Okay. Well, we got different people rooting for different players, but let's see what Alcaraz can do. It's Zverev here with a break point, though. Zverev with the break point. Serve out wide. Backhand Carlos. The forehand is Zverev. Cross court. The forehand of Alcaraz. The forehand of Zverev. Forehand. Forehand Alcaraz. The forehand is Zverev down the line. Alcaraz is going to be there because, of course, he is. That's a lob way up high. That might be going out, though. Swinging volley. We're back at neutral miraculously. Backhand cross court out of nowhere with amazing pace. Backhand. What are these rallies? Forehand cross court. Forehand Zverev's a pass. What a shot from Alexander Zverev. What a point from both. The level at the moment is absolutely skyrocket. This is so different from the first hour and 45 minutes of the match. This is so different from the first hour and 45 minutes of the match. Wow. That game was one of the best games you might see all year, by the way. Unbelievable stuff. I'm going to see this again. I don't know how Alcaraz got that much pace on a backhand out of absolutely nowhere. He was basically on defense, and then that forehand from Zverev. I mean, we talk about his backhand, that forehand angle. It's crazy how much easy angle he can get on the ground strokes, off the grounders. Absolutely insane. Quiet crowd, please. Zverev could chase ace him. He chose not to. Yeah. I'm just rooting so I have someone to root for. Lexi, that's such a mood, to be honest. Lexi. Shut up, Carlos. Zverev holds there. We got a lot of people rooting Zverev in the chat. He is doing well in this match so far. It's 15 love for Carlos. $15 love for Carlos. See what he can do. at 4-4. Almost 3 hours on the match clock, which is very little for being in 4-4 in the fourth set, but almost 3 hours on the match clock. Still a long match. Zverev complained to the umpire about something. Serve here from Carlos. See what Carlos can do. He's trying to get a game away from pushing this to 5 sets. Serve from Carlos. Down the middle. That goes long. Second serve here from Carlitos. Serve. Down the tee. Forehand. Backhand now. Carlos. The forehand is Zverev. Forehand Carlos. Cross court. The forehand is Zverev. Backhand Carlos. Down cross court. That hits the tape and that goes wide. Watch out Carlos in this game. Carlos had chances in the last game. And it happens often in tennis. You have chances and you don't take them. In the very next game or very soon after, the other guy can get some chances himself. It's the final countdown. It's the final countdown. My boss asked me how much he knows I didn't buy coffee, Gur. Nice, Lexi. It's the final countdown. That's it. We're getting to the business end. Apologies for my terrible singing, by the way. Just formal apology. I'll come out with an apology letter. That's a great song. We're getting to the business end of this match. That goes out. Terrible backhand from Alcaraz. That's what we were seeing in the first couple sets. 15-30. Zverev once again looks like he's in commanding position to maybe take this. Are we going to see? Well, let's see what happens. It's 15-30. Nothing too crazy yet, but 15-30, half a chance here for Sasha. By the way, crazy cool camera angle right now. They're coming through the tunnel, looking at the court, Alcaraz to serve. Very cool angle there. Literally from the perspective of the back of the tunnel, we could see Alcaraz on the court about to serve. Anyway, serve here from Carlos. Kick serve, backhand Zverev. The backhand of Carlos, backhand to backhand, backhand Zverev. The backhand of Carlos, the backhand of Zverev. The backhand of Carlos. That's about error. Where has this come from? Carlos from the first 2 sets has shown up now. Is the clutch Carlos that pulled away the third set going to show up now? Come on, Carlos. Let's see what Carlos can do. Sasha, it's like Alcaraz fighting for his life. Yikes. Absolutely. Hey, what's up? What's up, Ang? Break him, Sasha. Come on. Okay, he's got 2 break points. If he wins this match, we'll lose to Medi for sure, Edgar. We'll see. I mean, Zverev's playing amazing, though, to be fair. And Medvedev has never really shown up with his best level, but the head-to-head advantage is for Medvedev as of late. Forehand Zverev, the forehand of Carlos. Back cross court, forehand Zverev. Back in Carlos, cross court, big. Back in Zverev, forehand volley. That's in the net. Sasha Zverev is going to serve for the match for the second time. The last time happened, I don't know how long ago. Probably over an hour ago. He's 1 hold away, but Carlos Alcaraz isn't going to let this down easy if I know Alcaraz. I still don't think it's over. We'll see. But Sasha is 1 game away from serving this out. What happens next? You let me know. Once again, guys, don't forget to subscribe to the Quality Shot Tennis YouTube channel if you haven't already for more streams. Don't forget to like as well if you haven't already. Don't forget to share as well. Don't forget to like the video if you are enjoying it. The likes really do help out the channel. I guess we're sitting at 34 likes on the YouTube stream. I would greatly appreciate it if we, it'd be real cool if we could get that to 40. Bit of a goal. I appreciate everybody joining in. Let's go. 4 points. Come on. Yeah, well, we'll see what Sasha can do. I'll look at the stats now, too. If Z fails to consolidate, good luck. Exactly. My thoughts exactly, Lexi. It's now or never, I feel like. I mean, well, I'm making it sound like Sasha is the one who's down a break, but Sasha will want to hold here. Absolutely. If he doesn't hold, then I feel like Alcaraz might he has the momentum then. Because Sasha's serving for it twice and not holding, that's not a good sign. And that's going to be on Zverev's mind. So this is a big game coming up. The stats so far, I mean, actually, I'm looking at match stats. Let me look at the set so far. Set so far, yeah, still Sasha's fantastic on serve. Winners to errors, 6-6 and 9-9. Very weird. All right, backhand Zverev, the backhand Carlos. Neutral rally, backhand Zverev. First point could be big. Forehand Alcaraz. That's big. That's in top of the net, though. Zverev is 3 points away from the upset over Carlos Alcaraz. Man, this is becoming a tense moment. Shame, a loose game from Carlos. Yeah, I was looking forward to potentially a tiebreaker there as well. Big shame. Major choke for Z if he feels it. Yeah, I don't know how Zverev would even recover from this if he's not able to put this match away, to be completely honest. Let's see what Alcaraz can do. I'm still not going to count Alcaraz out. And it is Zverev at 15 love, though. He's 3 points away. Serve out wide, backhand slice. It looks like Alcaraz is playing poorer now for some reason. Backhand volley. That goes long, though. 15 all. 15 all. Nerves are a problem for Zverev. I mean, let's look at it objectively. Mental game and nerves are a problem for Sasha. So we'll see if he can cross the threshold and cross the line here against Alcaraz. We'll see if he can cross that line. 15-15. 15 all. 15 all. Let's see what Alcaraz can do. Let's go, Alcaraz. I want to see this get to a tiebreaker. I don't want to see it. This doesn't deserve to be finished off right here after the effort Alcaraz did to come back and raise his level. Serve down the tee. Alcaraz gets a racket on it, but it's too good. By the way, the ace count, if you're playing against Carlos Alcaraz, is going to be way less than against any other player, because Carlos Alcaraz will get a racket on any serve. He'll get a racket on any serve. That's a quick athlete he is. He gets the most first serves back of anybody on tour. He wins the most first serve return points of anybody on tour. Let's see what he does against the first serve of Zverev here, who has been playing that first serve so well throughout this match. 30-15. Serve from Zverev. Out wide, backhand. Zverev had a chance to come to net. He doesn't. That's a big backhand, taking advantage. Now Carlos drop shot. So gutsy. Forehand swing volley's not taking that. Carlos isn't taking that. Carlos Alcaraz is not taking that. 30 all. He's not taking that. Let's go, Carlos. 30 all. He's at 5-4. Let's go for the comeback. Finish him, Zverev. Okay, we got some Zverev fans. I want to see Carlos prolong this, though. I'm not even going to lie. 30 all. That was a big swing volley. I mean, honestly, what a ballsy couple shots there. First the drop shot, and then the swinging volley just stepping up. Gutsy. 30 all. Zverev back out of the line to serve. 3 hours and 4 minutes on the match clock. Serve Zverev. Out wide. That's a shank. That might be going in, though. Lob is shank, but it's in. Miraculously. Smash. Alcaraz gets it. One hand backhand lob. Smash Zverev. Oh, my God. Alcaraz is back in this rally. Oh, my God. One of the memorable points. If Alcaraz wins it, but he hits it long. Alcaraz is smiling. He's been smiling throughout the whole match. That shank of a return went in, and then he got back to neutral and missed the easy one. Alcaraz missed the easiest shot of the whole rally. Zverev is at match point. Alcaraz could be out of the tournament. Alcaraz could be out of the Australian Open. Really the first absolutely massive upset we've had in the men's event, at least of the first top 4 seeds. Rublev lost the other day, but to Sinner. Is really the big first huge upset on the men's side. Serve from Zverev to finish it. Serve down T. That's a good one. Forehand. Alcaraz misses it. Zverev hits in the crowd. Sasha Zverev gets it done against Carlos Alcaraz. 6-4 in 4 sets. Sasha Zverev, arguably the best performance of his career, and it comes after the injury. Alcaraz really didn't look himself. I'll be curious what he says about those first 2 sets. He also played a poor service game in the 4th set. Alcaraz, really strange performance. He had a great comeback in the 3rd set. Alcaraz doesn't lose in straight. Sasha Zverev, what a performance and what a match from him to get another top 10 win at a major. Maybe his first top 5 win at a major. He hasn't had a whole lot. And Sasha Zverev gets it done. Disappointing for Alcaraz. It will be Zverev versus Medvedev for the first time at a major. What a crazy match. Once again, guys, if you are going to head out, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. Don't forget to like the stream as well if you did enjoy it. Congrats, Z. Yeah, Zverev plays like this, he makes the final. I agree with you, Faison. If Zverev plays like that, I also have him over Medvedev, but we'll see. Hey, Marina, I appreciate it. That was great. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you for joining in. Disappointing from Alcaraz, to be honest. Disappointing performance. He let Zverev back in, but flowers to Zverev because he played well. So I have to give the credit where credit's due. Zverev played well. What an absolute performance from Zverev. I mean, we could look at match stats. I mean, just looking at these stats, it's ridiculous. 85% of his first serves in. It just absolutely killing the shots. We'll see how Alcaraz comes back at the Australian Open. I would, if I had to make a bet now, I would say that Australian Open might end up being Alcaraz's worst major. U.S. Open, he's played so well there right away. Even 2021, the crowd loves him there. Wimbledon, I think grass suits his game, especially as he keeps improving on the serve. I mean, Roland Garros, come on. He's going to figure out Roland Garros. So we'll see. Australian Open might be Alcaraz's worst major. It might be that one. We'll see. Everybody has that one. Yeah, I mean, this is like pitch perfect from Zverev, really. I mean, listen, he hit 94 let's see. He hit 94 first serves and 17 second serves. That is ridiculous. Zverev hit 17 second serves throughout this 4-set match, hitting as hard as he was. Winners to errors 28-25, 39-45 is not the Alcaraz usual. Alcaraz with a weird performance. I'm going to be curious by his press conference to see what he'll say. Was it nerves? Was it this? Was it that? He didn't look particularly focused. And yeah, what a crazy match. GG Zverev. Yeah, he was the better player. Yeah, thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Lexi. As always, phase on your prediction video. Be ready. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Manor, with the donation. I always appreciate the donos. I always appreciate the donos. Yeah, good night, Manor. I appreciate you. Thank you. And thank you so much for donos. All donations always go straight to me. I appreciate any and all donations. Appreciate everybody joining in. All right, I'm out of here. 616366764 for Zverev. It wasn't quite a 5-set match. So we'll need two of the three men's matches left on the men's side to go 5 sets to get the record for most 5-set matches at a major, by the way. But we'll see if that can happen. We're going to have some good ones with Medvedev, Zverev. That could go 5 sets. Sinner Djokovic could go 5 sets. We'll see. But anyway, 616366764. Alcaraz with a really weird performance in the first couple sets, but Zverev arguably with the best performance of his career in a major. Such good tennis from Zverev. He gets it done in 4 sets, 3 hours and 8 minutes. Alcaraz out of the Australian Open. Big upset. It'll be Zverev versus Medvedev, first time at a major, which is crazy. Zverev versus Medvedev, Sinner versus Djokovic. I'll see you guys at those streams. I'll see you guys at the next one. Alcaraz out of the Australian Open. Zverev through to face Daniil.